All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as Babylon the Great. Let you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know you're the children of Israel according to the Bible. And also bring out the rest of the prophecies in these last times, all right? First and foremost, we want to give all praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Ruach Qadash. We want to give double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And give a salutation and much love for all you Akim on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity, all right, and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. All right, we're going to go into basically a topic dealing with, you know, being the saints. You know, we, at this point in time, we're the most hunted people, you know. Esau coming down and persecuting on us, all right? So, got something open with? Okay. No. Oh, okay. So we're going to start out in Genesis 27. Let me go ahead and start with that. We're going to, you know, give out the whole background, and we're going to bring it all the way up into today, you know, and also showing you, Jake, that this ain't nothing new, man. This has been going on time after time. This only happens to your people. No other people experience these type of things, all right? So go ahead with Genesis 27.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing.
Con, stop right there. Go up a couple. I think it's verse 38 where it's talking about the blessing.
Okay.
Esau, blessing.
Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when that thou shalt have done, when that thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
God, so in this blessing that Esau hated Jacob over, Esau found out that he was going to have to serve his brother. And when you read about Jacob's blessing, he almost got the same blessing, but he was going to rule forever. All right, now go back down to 41.
Come, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing.
So overall, the so-called white man know at the end of the day, he going to be in captivity up under his brother Jacob. All right, so this is where, you know, all this is stemming from. This is where you get so-called racism against the so-called white man and black man, where all this feuding come from. All right, these are twin brothers where one brother was jealous of the other brother's blessing and things like that. He found there was no place of repentance found for him. All right, so he realized that he was going to be a slave unto his brother for basically for the long run. You know, not a temporary reign like how Esau has Jacob in captivity, but it's a temporary captivity. All right, so continue on reading.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So basically right there, Esau, the so-called white man, or the father of the so-called white man's children, as you see him today, all right, from that time when his father was still living, said that, look, the days come when my father at hand, basically when he's about to pass away, he on his deathbed, then what? After those days, I'm going to slay my brother Jacob, all right? So the Edomites as a whole have not killed off all the Israelites as a whole. We still here today, but he's still pushing forth with that same agenda. All right, so you got to keep in mind going back to that blessing. Esau want to reign forever so that he don't have to be in captivity under nobody. He want to freeze his time frame in history so he can continue to rule forever. All right, continue on.
Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
So basically, if we break it down like this, you got a baby, right? You got a little baby who can't speak, and so now you got a baby that's crying. All right, now the baby want to either a bottle or a pacifier. So you get a bottle, the bottle or the pacifier, the baby's comforted and stop crying, right? Same with Esau. The way to give him his spiritual pacifier is to stop him from crying is what? To annihilate the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is why he's been pushing forth for this the whole time, all right? This is when he purpose himself. That's how he comfort himself, trying to kill you. That's what get him off. All right, he said, the days of my father at hand, then will I slay my brother. And he satisfied himself by putting you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to death, all right? He get off on that. Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's it on that. Yeah.
All right. You got Psalms?
Yep. I got you. This is Psalms 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
So it say thy enemies, all right? So if the Most High got enemies, first of all, like, let's say if this brother was my father, right, and I'm his son. Now, somebody basically got beef with me, or they got beef with him, they got beef with both of us. You know, like in the so-called drug gang or whatever, whatnot, they be like, oh, he don't want to pay up with our money, kidnap his kids, kidnap his son, whoop-de-whoop. You know, they bring them in together, you know? So if they hate the Most High, what about his representation or his seeds on the planet Earth? All right, because they don't see the Most High walking around like here on the earth, but they see his representation in people that would uphold his laws, statutes, commandments as the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. All right, so that's something that's getting up under his skin. So he wanted so-called erase the whole remnant of the Most High and his footprint on the earth by erasing the Israelites. All right,
he can't get to the Heavenly Father, so he can get to his children.
And that's going right back to that blessing. That's what he said. So we go from Genesis, when his father was still born, all the way over to here to Psalms. It's continuing on, all right?
Continuing on, verse 2, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lift up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
So it says, thou have taken crafty counsel. All right, first of all, counsel, what are you counseling on something? You basically want to sit together, all right, well, let's talk about this. How are we going to put this together, whatever, whatnot. You sit down and you examine certain things. That word, they say crafty counsel. So they, you know what I'm saying, they make it sure that everything is to the T. You know what I'm saying? They basically, when you, what they do today, they got the UN, the United Nations, all these people, all those people, that's what they're getting into. All right, all these different people, when they sit down and have all these legislations and laws, every last law that's being passed is to either further enslave you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, or give the so-called white man the higher up.
All right, you said that because Elder Pastor Gabar was just saying in his video, he said, an individual that has all the money, I mean, what more could they want rather than have absolute power? And that's to have absolute power over all people. Because that's his desire. Because he has a ruling class mentality.
And another way to look at that is like they tell you when you start getting money, so-called money in this world, you get so-called rich. All right, your first struggle is how to get the money. But once you get the money, the main struggle then is how to protect and keep your money. All right, they want to so-called protect and keep their money, so they got to sit here and try to figure out how they're gonna preserve all that. All right, so Esau, like I said, Esau trying to preserve his way of being up on top. You know.
Shalom, whoever that is on the coming board. Shalom. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel, Yahshua, may be no more in remembrance.
I'm glad that the brother read it like that, because right now, you can go look on the map and you see the land of Israel on the map. All right, you got a group of people calling themselves Israelis. All right, we all, in that word Israel, I think you just read the word Israel? Yeah. So how is it that they talking about that there's going to be no more remembrance, but that word is still in the book? All right, that word wasn't going to go nowhere, but it's talking about these people. Can you grab me Revelation 2:9 real quick? Yeah, come. So, you know what I'm saying? We have the word Israel, Jews, and all these things being thrown around in today's society, but what? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's not inside of them to call themselves that. Grab that for me real quick.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Now go over to 3 and 9. Go right on with that.
Revelations 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
So they put their name, they put our name on themselves and trying to call themselves ourselves. But what? YAHAWASHI said twice within basically a span of a page the same thing. You know, that they lying, they imposters, and they coming over, taking over our name. All right, so when the brothers reading that they will come and make our name no more in remembrance, all right, they came and they took our heritage. All right, can you give me Ezekiel 36 and verse 1.
This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say.
So this is to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord, YAHAWASHI.
That's what we're bringing out now. Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord God, YAHAWASHI, because the enemy have said against you.
Hold on, he said the enemy. Now what the brother over here was reading is that the enemy make a tumult, right? Yep. So we talking about the same enemy, which is Esau, the so-called white man. Continue on.
Even the ancient high places are in our possession.
So if you was to go back and look for our most ancient, the highest place of our, our possessions will be what? In the land of Israel, Jerusalem. All right. None of us is in how do I say, control of that land over there. i.e. the Balfour Declaration. You know, the so-called Jewish people, those Edomites, the Amalekites, are in control of all that. Right. It's not us. All right. The scriptures also say that the heathen come into our inheritance. All right. So the brother was reading about them taking crafty counsel and making our name no more in remembrance. All right. And so the Lord also said them that call themselves Jews and they're not. So as you see, this name is still here. This landmass is still here, but you got a different people calling themselves this. All right. So this is part of the breakdown of them. How do I say eliminating us? All right. Continue on that.
Okay. This is Psalms 83 and 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Like I said, all these other nations. All the other nations are working together with the same agenda to make sure you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are at the bottom. All right.
The tabernacles of Edom,
so-called white man. All right. So-called white man is the head of all these other people. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we can really end it at that because you see, like the Chinese people and stuff like that. They got dominion over us, but at the end of the day, the so-called white man got dominion over him.
Right. Because you don't see Moab, the so-called white man, or so-called Chinese man, putting sanctions on America. And also, it's also spiritual, because when we came out of Egypt, the two main nations that wouldn't let us go by was Esau and Moab. They always wanted to fight against us when we came out. And those are the top two heathen nations that's ruling over the world right now, so to say. And even though we know Esau is the head, right? Going back to verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites,
that's the Arabs,
of Moab,
the brother just spoke about them, Chinese,
and the Hagarenes,
those are Africans,
Gabal and Ammon.
I believe the Gabal is Africans as well. Ammon is the Japanese.
And Amalek.
Now Amalek, right? That's who the brother was reading about in Revelation 2 and 9 and 3 and 9. All right, those that call themselves Jews and they're not. That's why it's a so-called offensive word to call these Jewish people kikes. All right, that's where you get the word kike from. It means, well, I'm saying Amalekite. They don't want to be called by their real name, Amalekites. That's where they get the word kike from. That's the most derogatory term you can call them by their real name. That's like the most derogatory term you can call a so-called white man is an Edomite. All right, anything else that you call them is just bringing them back to his power state. You call them crackers, they was cracking their whip on our ass. You see what I'm saying? Bringing them back to owning people. Anything that you call them is bigging them up besides the Edomite, bringing them who they are, because they're trying to hide from that. Have you know that?
Yeah, Verse 7, again, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. And that go back to the Canaanites who we kicked out, and then the land was changed to Israel. The name was changed to Israel. All right. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabal at the brook of Kisan.
I think now we get on there. Let me get Exodus, Exodus 1 in the last verse. As a matter of fact, go to Exodus 1 and start at 8.
Exodus chapter 1, verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold.
All right, cons. So what you have to understand is you got two different nations dwelling amongst each other. All right, the Israelites, there was 70 souls that walked into Egypt. All right, basically the nation of Israel was born and they grew inside of Egypt. Just like how we came over here, I would say there's like a small amount of number, like here in America, and then we started expanding. So the slaves that made it over here to America, they started procreating. All right, and that's why you got an abundance of us here now. Same way there. So you had a nation that was being born inside of another nation. All right, continue on reading.
It says, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
So again, you have to think about this from, let's say, a political way of being. You got the Egyptians who's running their little territory, and they got a whole other nation in them. Now at this point in time, the Egyptians go from, like they said, Joseph knew not the new Pharaoh didn't know Joseph. Beforehand, the Israelites were set up kind of straight in Egypt. But now this new Pharaoh come up. All right, the new Pharaoh is basically oppressing them, all right, and he don't really give a damn about Joseph and his people. So now he's starting to plot up against them because he's seen a big-ass nation that they already oppressing, all right, being inside the belly of the beast. All right, continue reading.
Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the children of Israel.
Hold on, Slocky. So he said unto his people, going back to what we just read over here, they had that crafty council. They sitting down at them tables like they're doing the UN, and all these different meetings, Congress and all that, and them summits. How are we going to deal with these Israelites? How are we going to do with this? How are we going to do with that? Notice they're not planning to partner on these other nations, but you would think that they're planning to partner on Iran, but all this shit the so-called white man is taking is for a certain domination over the Israelites. All right? See you on?
Right. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than me.
So this is the so-called problem. All right? He's starting to realize the way in his options. It's like, look, if I keep going on with this, we gonna, it's gonna be able to come up to a problem. That's like if you the big dope boy, you Frank Lucas. When you start telling everybody where you hold your dope at and where you hold your money at, eventually you know somebody gonna rob you because they know where the shit is at. All right, so you need to keep that. That's why they have certain people they want to whack everybody around them so that nobody can expose them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to be around them. All right, so the same thing that Pharaoh is coming up with the same plan. Yo, just like today, all these niggas is waking up to the so-called white man being the devil and it's fucking up our economy. I heard a so-called white man say that the so-called black man is the most dangerous force in America because they easily to be united. This is why they spend trillions of dollars to keep us divided. And with us united or divided, we, as so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we wind up, find that scripture, God's will bless all the other nations. When we talk about Abraham, it's like God's will bless all the other nations. But, for example, so-called black women every year spends about either 800 million or 8 billion or something like that dollars on hair products alone. Not talking about food or nothing like this. It's just talking about hair products. So that's a big commodity. You hear Donald Trump talking about the tax breaks on the rich. We ain't rich, so we the ones paying taxes. The taxes is funding your military. Who's really in your military? Jake. All right. Who's building up all? Who's out here paving these roads, building these buildings? It's Jake. All right. But so you got the Israelites that's building up all these different places for these nations. So this is how these so-called leaders are being being established. Like again, Joseph helped out the Egyptians when the famine was coming. All right, you had Daniel. All right, Daniel was set up. I believe him, Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego was all set up as presidents inside of Babylon. You had Mordecai in Persia or the Medo-Persian Empire. All right. You had Colin Powell that was here under George Bush, the so-called, have our people over.
All right, this is Genesis 12 and 1. Now Yahawah had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
God. Yep, that's exactly. So basically, look, these other nations are being blessed. All right, put it this way: how did the so-called white man go from not having a home? He didn't have a home at all. All right, to coming over here and taking this here land. It wasn't the so-called might of the so-called white man. All right, he used the so-called Native Americans and the so-called Negroes as far as well to fight off to get this here land. How is he defeating all these other nations? With the Israelites. Again, you go back to any of these societies, everybody was being lifted up by reigning over top of the Israelites.
Same thing with the Gadites. The one thing that really crippled the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, is when they had brought that Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't take them down. So when they started bringing that Gatling gun started mowing them down, but they actually had some of their own people who were selling them out so that they could actually take their land and put them on reservations, man. And then you had the same thing with what's his name? Alexander the Great. Alexander the Greek actually had an Israelite that actually helped fight against his own people to conquer us and take us down.
We still got that with what? The likes of what? Martin Luther King and things like that. They use these same people, all right? Yeah. Continue on that.
Exodus.
Hold on. Like the brother was saying, being blessed by, like I said, being in control of these people. We basically the golden chicken that lay the golden eggs. The so-called white man is the one that possesses it.
For X-Men, the only way to cut that antimony is to use the same metal to cut it. Because it's like the hardest metal. Right. The only way to penetrate that metal, you gotta use the same metal to cut it. Yep. So same thing, only way to take Israel down, you gotta get Israelites to turn against each other.
Only way you can cut a diamond is with a diamond.
Exactly. So that same concept.
That's right.
And to devour the world, with the devour the world to build up the world, you need the Israelites. You're not contracting a bunch of Moabites to build up these damn cities and shit like that, or go fight the war and things like that. It's not because of the so-called black people. because I keep breaking it down to somebody else. Like, Africa's a whole continent full of them, and you can watch on TV, you can buy a bunch of Africans for like 19 cents a day. All right, that's just good business. You might as well go to Africa, buy a bunch of Africans, and you so-called got Jakes. It don't work that way. All right? Continue on, but see, that's why the brother was reading over here. They know if you got that golden chicken, you got golden eggs. All right, that's why they make these concessions or these groups. How we gonna rule over these people? All right, we want to go into the next stage. We want to go into this new 5G technology. We need Jake to invent all this. Jake's the #1 inventor of everything. All right.
Oh, yep, actually, yeah, you're absolutely right. I believe it was Jake from over there in Africa. When you're looking at all these electronics and all these gadgets, it's actually a Jake that's giving them the blueprint.
Right.
He started putting their name on it. He's rich as hell.
You talking about that young Jake?
Real young. He like right in his early 20s, man. He really the culprit behind all these new gadgets and all this new technology coming out. But Esau put their face on the commercial. That's Africa. Right.
It's a guy over in West Africa. I forget his name, but all the old computer models, all the old equipment, they take that old recycled equipment. And Jake, West African, he actually do classes, and he teach other West Africans, Israelites, how to build, man. So they make a little robot out of recycled computer parts.
Right.
You know? They use old technology to make little computers, robots.
And this is the spirit of Jake, just like the Lord turned water into wine. We turn nothing into something all the time. You know, the brother's talking about bringing out old computer parts. Now all of a sudden we got, you know, brand new technology with the old stuff. All right. But our people, we just saw the earth, man. We added everything.
It's like shitless.
Yeah, shitless. Yeah, they gave us scraps.
Yeah.
Everything that they was disposing, but now they got it in the store selling it as a commodity. All right, but our people is the one that put that salt and that flavor on everything. You know what I'm saying? And the so-called white man know. Look, the ultimate part I got going to, the ultimate resource the so-called white man want is human resources, but going into the Israelite resources, because he ain't doing shit with the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs, the Africans. He's not using them for nothing. It's the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Colombians, the Venezuelans, the so-called Negroes, the so-called Native American Indians. That's who the so-called white man is using in all these things.
Hey, that's right. You know, what you just said was so beautiful. You know, the scripture say Israel is Jake is the form of all things. You know, and then
he originated.
Right, and then also, you know, if you want to add flavor to something, you gotta have that salt. And like Yahawashi say, ye are the salt of the earth. You know, so that's just a beautiful thing, man. They need Jake. Jake is the salt. Jake make everything pop. Jake is why America was is good, man. You know?
Right. And that's what the brother was going into. With your seed is gonna bless all the nations on the planet Earth. All these nations on the planet Earth got all their riches, their gold, everything they got at the hands of the Israelites. You go back in history, they tell you that, oh yeah, all these nations had us in captivity. They did. All right, they wanted to build on like the Silk Road. Why was that built up? And who built that up? That was built up for us, the SHAM Palace. I think that's written in
SHAM Palace in Book of Esther.
Right. So these are all historic facts, and this is how all this stuff was built off. You know, and they bringing that back now. I believe the new modern day Silk Road. All right, they're bringing all that
same back. Bring that back.
Yeah, they're bringing all this back again.
This is 1 Maccabees 2 verse 10. What nation hath not had part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? You know?
Yeah, one more time. Yeah, hold it. Not mistaken. I know it's 12 and 22.
Daniel chapter 9, verse.
Yep. All right. Hold that. Read that one more time.
All right. This is 1 Maccabees 2 verse 8. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with sword of the enemy. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Real quick, can you bring me Joel chapter 3 and start at verse 2? You need that right back. You brought out.
We'll bring it out now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. You have to follow about that.
So Joel chapter 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, YAHAWASHI, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So he's talking about his heritage Israel, who they scattered and parted his lands, which the brother also brought out earlier in what was that, Ezekiel 36. All right, the brother was just going into that again. So he's talking about his heritage Israel. All right, keep going.
Done. This is verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
The first stock exchange. Keep going.
Done. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, in all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Come on, one more verse, brother.
Come on. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
Come on, you took the Most High's jewels, right? Hitler brought that out, you know? He said he was going to start World War III by exposing that America stole the Most High's jewels.
All right? In America.
Now, he said his jewels, and he just said his silver and his gold. Read that one more time, brother.
This first Maccabees 2, verse 10. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils?
Keep going.
All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she has become a bond slave.
Come on. So we were stripped just like our temple was stripped from all the gold and all the different things that was inside. But how do you say, metaphorically, we were stripped. All right, we were stripped from being the Most High's people, following out His law, statutes, commandments, and on down to where we at now.
And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it.
Come on, like again, the brother brought out Ezekiel 36. All right.
That's talking about the actual Gentiles.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You got these heathen that's over in our land. Like the brother also brought out Revelation 2 and 9, those fake ass Jews. Not only did, in Psalms 83, not only did they take our land and destroy our land, they destroyed our heritage and who we are. All right, you got people walking around thinking they so-called black men, so-called white men, or so-called black men, so-called Latinos and Native Americans, and so on and so forth. All right.
Yeah,
they want to believe they're everything in the world. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna read again. Joel 3 and 5. Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly things, my goodly pleasant things. Now I'm going to go into Malachi chapter 3 verse 17. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels. Right. And I will spare them as a man spare his own son that serveth him. So we're also the jewels that he took in. Like you said, Adolf Hitler, yeah, he said that in America they have the Heavenly Father's jewels.
Right.
And we're his jewels. I just want to bring that out real quick.
Now, bring that out right there, Daniel, real quick.
Con. Daniel chapter 4, verse 12. And he hath confirmed his word, which he hath spoken against us.
In the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down, these curses. Keep going.
And against our judges that judge us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
So unto the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they didn't have it the worst on the whole planet Earth, man. Like the brothers was bringing out, man, y'all destroyed the Most High's jewels, man. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 42 verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them they are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivered, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
And that's exactly what they do. They throw us in these prisons and throw the damn keys away. Not only that, they leave us in these damn hoods and throw the keys away so we don't ever have no way of getting out, man. We a nation that's robbed and destroyed and it's spoiled, man. These people, somebody said that they was harvesting us, but in a sense they are, man, because again, they're getting all their riches from us. They use our time, our energy, and everything, all of our resources to make their businesses run, trade, and all these different things like that. And again, with our military, and all they're doing is sucking our life force up out of us. You basically milking the Most High's cow dry, man. We his people and his jewels. We're supposed to be shining for him, but the so-called white man got us shining for him. The Most High tell us, here go the music, start dancing. We don't want to dance that. The so-called white man say, get up and dance. We dancing. All right, that's our people robbed, destroyed, and we just desolate, man.
Go ahead. No, if you got some, go ahead.
Go ahead, because we're going to go back on to that. Go ahead. I want to see where we're going with that.
Yeah, okay. Basically, going on what you had just said, you're talking about how they want us to sing and dance. Because it show you that in what's the movie? Show that in the movie 12 Years a Slave, when they used to wake them up and have them dancing at late night. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to bring out this precept real quick. This is Psalms 137. Psalm 137, verse 3. For they that carry us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? You know, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. And like, and that's basically what you say. They want us to tap, they want us to dance, and they want us to be the entertainers and everything like that unto them. But another word, they really want us to sing unto their gods, unto their entities, because they're not telling us who our power is. Because even King Solomon said, if all of Jerusalem turn to the east and pray to the Heavenly Father, He'll come and save us. You know, that's why they had crafty counsel to make us forget who our power was. Right? Because we're nothing without our power.
Read that one more time, brother.
It's the Psalms 137 and 3. For they that carry us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? All right.
Con, so these people basically want us to, you know, show forth our so-called specialty moves and everything like that, keep them entertained, do all this and that. Hey, y'all the people of the Most High, go ahead and show us y'all little special works and so on and so forth. But what? We mourning and crying like, yo, we're not really in touch with who we are because we homesick, basically, you know? We can't do what we're supposed to do because we already homesick, right? But what? We in a new day and a new time era. Right, that's basically talking as a whole, especially, you know what I'm saying? And we, as the men of the Lord, come out to our people and we blow that, we pipe into them, but they not dancing. Hang tight 1 second, brother. Go ahead and read that.
Con, Revelations chapter 14, verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
Hold on, let's go back to this new song, all right? Because see, this Bible has been around since, let's just say, since we got here in America, all right? But what? We didn't have Christianity. Jesus was born on Christmas. Jesus is his name and all this type of stuff, right? And so on and so forth. All this time is going on out of the same book. But now, it's a new song being played. You got the Israelites coming out here talking about some so-called white man is the devil, all right? The Lord, his name is YAHAWASHI, and he's a so-called black man, all right? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native American are the actual saints. They're the children of Israel, all right?
That's right.
So this is that new song. Now, this is also a song that no man can learn because why? The scripture also say that the wicked shall not understand. The 2/3, they're not going to get it because they was blinded. The rest was blind. At least they will hear this and be converted. Read that one more time.
Con, Revelations 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Con, nobody can learn that song but the 144,000.
Yeah, right.
I mean, all we got to do is really show you this here picture. This, everything break it down, this is the RFID chip, right? But this is like one of the hardest things for people to understand. That's an example of you not being able to understand that song. We speaking it clearly, plainly. It's not hidden. You don't have to pay for no breakdowns of what it metaphorically means. Hey, man, talking about you gonna get an incision in your right hand or your forehead. It's an RFID chip. You can see this on the news. The news telling you, the white people telling you about it. But what? This is something that our people still can't comprehend. All right, not just our people, the rest of the people. Why? Because this is that song they can't learn, right? Also, the Lord said, "My sheep hear my voice and they do follow." This is only for the elect to hear. Only the elect gonna hear this. Only the elect is gonna start like, "Oh shit, what was that? Turn that shit back up, bruh." Yeah, I'm rocking with that. Hold on. Cut that bullshit off, bro. They got bars over here.
And put that on repeat.
Yeah.
Put that on repeat.
Yeah, that's that song. Hey, I gotta learn this shit.
I got a testimony.
Go ahead, brother.
When I used to talk to this brother, the one brought me to the truth. I had a little chick I was dealing with at the time, and I would go home to the chick. I'd be like, man, this dude crazy. This dude at my job, he crazy, man. You know, go home, man, this dude crazy. I say, you know, I'm on the phone like, man, he be talking about some crazy shit, man.
Hey, he can't get them lyrics out of his mind.
Hey, but every day I would go back.
Repeat though.
Yeah,
Every day I go back, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen. What you say?
You like that shit on the radio.
Yeah.
You be like, what the heck is
Hey,
that?
rewind that. What was that part he said? Oh, he killed him with that.
Hey, but every day I used to go back, man. Like, yeah, man, this dude crazy, man. But I'm liking it though, you know?
Yeah, that's that song, man.
Hey, Jake used to be like, hey, you know the white man going to slavery? I said, for real? I started laughing. He looked at me like what you laughing for?
Serious.
I was like, oh shit, really?
Yeah. I used to be an asshole, bro. That was there. I had motherfuckers in wheelchairs calling managers on me and shit. I didn't care.
that's testimony, that song, you know,
you kept coming back
like,
for more though.
damn, I like that, you know. I liked it, you know.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, in the regular world with you know, a song that you want to hear, you want to play it back, put it on repeat, you hear what they saying that? Go back, oh boy, he cooked him in that line. Like, when you trying to break down the cipher with certain lines mean, like there was a I can't even think of no rap songs. They might have a certain line, like a subliminal message in there, like, oh, I think he was talking about so-and-so with that. Oh, I think he was talking about so-and-so with that. The same way with this, like, oh shit, this is what that breakdown talking about.
Like Tupac, yeah, I fucked you big bad boys for like, oh, you talking about Biggie.
Right,
So, you know, I'm just saying,
you know what I'm saying? But like, oh, wait a minute, this talking about the so-called white man, the Edomites.
Right.
Wait a minute, this give him the sword. The only person I see out here killing everybody, this is the only thing they talking about.
Hold on, Revelation 13, 9 to 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, it's that new song can't nobody understand. You know, you have certain so-called white people listen to somebody like, give me the Migos.
Oh,
like
they're-
Migos,
okay,
right?
okay.
Let's say one of these regular everyday ass Edomites listen to Migos, they're like, the fuck are they talking about? What are they saying? You see what I'm saying? It's like they can't understand that song because it's not for them to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, then it's spiritual. You know how you said a so-called white man, right?
Mhm.
Now imagine, what if he was able to listen to that? What'd that make him?
A Jake.
Confused the face.
Confused the face.
Salakia. Right in the spirit when he said that, there was a video that popped up on my stream the other day that says, so-and-so, whoever it was, camera was, Edomite, right? There was like, my Uber driver know all the Migos lyrics, right? So he in the Uber car, and the Uber driver over here spitting out some Migos. It's like some regular preppy ass old white dude just like, oh, spitting Migos. He's like, what the hell is this going on? But what? Through knowing these words and no man else can see, we like, that's not a so-called white man, that's a Jake, man. It's something called confusion in the face, because the way he sat there and spit it out wasn't ashamed, like, look, buddy, let me, and then he started busting out the Migos shit, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to fit in, trying to act so-called black. He
really feeling that.
Yeah, you know, our spirit it's like a flame, it can't be contained, you know what I'm saying? We gonna always show out who we are, you know what I'm saying? That's just how we are, you know what I'm saying? Jake can't do nothing but shine, you know, we can't hide our light. It's inside of us to be, how they say, the ancient of days, the beginning of all these things, you know? We're gonna show forth who we are.
Father said in great dignity.
Edomites being Edomites. Heathen.
Children. They're not younger than me.
Hey, they not in trouble like other men are in trouble, right? We can't just be out here doing no shit like that. We gotta worry about paying our bills and going to work and shit, man. People out here just living it up. Day after day after day after day, man. When they get done wasting money, they gonna get another loan. More and more shit on and on and on. They keep on going, man. But it's all good. The scriptures say, hey, rejoice, O daughters of Babylon, you know? That time is short, man. Let her go ahead and live up that last little bit because, hey, man, look, just like the father to the son. Go ahead, son. Play a little video game. Get your last little 15 minutes because once this shit is over with, I'm taking it, put it in the closet, and your ass going to bed. So go ahead and enjoy your last little 15 minutes. All right? So that's why, in a certain sense, we're not really tripping over Esau so-called living it up right now. This is the end of his kingdom.
It's their kingdom. It's their consolation.
Envy not the wicked.
Yeah, envy not the wicked, man. You're not supposed to be sitting over there like, man, I wish I had this, and that. Really, I call it the LeBron James effect, man. Yeah, we all men and carnal and stuff. Like, I like, you know, I would love to have a Rolls Royce or a Maybach, but really, in reality, we have to set our minds on higher things, man. You want that defiled ass shit, you about to get chariots, man. Intergalactic, interbeing, like, interdimensional chariots, man.
Right.
Pure energy.
That's right.
Oh, man, I want this woman over here. Bro, you about to have thousands of women.
That's right.
You about to create nations. Stop looking for the low hand and look for the higher hand,
Right,
man.
man.
The mind can't perceive what the Most High have in store for us, man. There's no way we can try to imagine what it's going to be like. Oh, we're going to have slaves. We don't know what the fuck that shit's like. We can't even imagine what this shit's like. We always worried about.
Hell, you can barely control your woman.
Right. You can barely control your own self.
Or your kids.
Yeah, you want to do this and do that, but what? You got other things that's playing at hand. Oh, I want to go do this. I might just want to sit and watch the game this weekend, but I got to go, you know, do this and do that, go to work or whatever, whatnot, you know? We don't know what it's like to just enjoy life. Right. We ain't never lived life a day in our life.
So
we
we
always
in prison.
been serving.
When you're in prison, you always have someone's always ordering you what to do.
Come.
You know?
Yep, correct. This is Isaiah 64, verse 4. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O YAHAWASHI, besides thee, what he hath prepared for him that waited for him.
Come. And so, like, when you read, I believe it's in Isaiah 60. Like in the book of Isaiah, I think it's chapter 60, where it's talking about the kings bowing down to us.
That's right.
And their kids building up our walls.
Carrying them on their shoulders and everything.
Now, we can kind of imagine that because of the times we in now. We can look back at slavery and see things like this, but you really don't have that in your mindset, what that feeling is like to see any of these damn Edomites. Huh?
To rule.
To rule.
Come
But
on,
just
now.
having these Edomites like, yo, why you
Seek ye
looking
the
at me?
kingdom first. That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? The type of shit you like, man, I might be going too hard on my subjects. You don't know what that shit is like to sit there and write policy and move a whole neighborhood from one spot to another spot just to fuck with them.
All because you pushed the pen.
Right. Gentrification. Let's gentrify these motherfuckers real
Let's
quick.
raise the prices because you know these niggas ain't making money like that.
Price manipulate. I mean, they own all the resources, so I mean, they just, you know, they, what is that? Can somebody give me, Sirach 36 real quick? I got you. You got it?
Yeah, you got it.
Let me see if I can find the verse real quick.
You got it.
Sirach 36, and I want to say verse 1.
That verse.
Hey, but yeah, like the brother was saying, the reason why Jake don't know how to have a ruler class mentality, because our people we always been in captivity for the longest, man. Only time we ever was at peace with the world or with ourselves is when Solomon was on the scene. That was only for 40 years, man. Ever since then, we've been in a constant state of servitude. And I got a precept real quick while the brother looking for that. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Right? And the Heavenly Father did say that He given us over to the robbers. So that's why we're in the predicament in the state that we are in right now. It's because our people have developed something known as Stockholm Syndrome, where you end up loving your oppressors because your oppressor is the one that provide for you. They give you food, they give you shelter, and really it's a curse, because the curse said we shall go in want of all things upon our enemy, man. We shall go in there for food, for water, for clothing, for raiment. And they own all these stores. They own the electric companies. They own the water companies, just like up in Detroit. For years, the politicians already knew that water was defiled and that it's been contaminated, but they still allow the people to drink it. All right, because it's the powers in their hands. So you're gonna always be under subjection to these higher powers in the world today. Romans 13:1.
Yeah, hey, through the Spirit, just to add on to what you're saying, it said in Jeremiah 2, Israel is a servant, right? Well, Israel in Yasha'al in Hebrew is ye are princes, man.
Right.
What do princes have? Princes have servants. The scriptures say, I have seen princes walking upon the earth and servants riding upon horses. Yeah, right, man. What we're supposed to have slaves, man. The scripture say, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. But Jake don't know how to rule. Why? Because Jake been cursed, man. Jake got curses on him, man.
Hey, it must be falling away first.
Falling away first. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery.
Con, so, you know, that's basically like we was actually going into the persecution of the Israelites, right? The saints, more or less, right? Esau get off on killing us. You know what I'm saying? This is like an entertainment piece for him, you know? In the sight of men, you know, like last week one of the brothers brought out the 7 brothers
Maccabees.
where they was eating the swan skin, right?
They trying to force to eat the swine,
Right.
and they basically spoke against them.
Right, so, but they doing that for entertainment purposes, right? They were like, oh, we're gonna see if we can fuck with them. We know they don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a game with them, see how, you know, basically like they do these Arabs, waterboard them or whatever, whatnot. No, they ain't got no information or nothing like that because they ISIS. Oh, what do you know about ISIS? You know, we're gonna waterboard them anyway just to see how long they will last, you know, that type of shit, man. So-called white men take pleasure in watching us die in certain type of ways. Keep going, brother.
It says,
But hold on, he says that we're gonna be in misery. They think that we in misery. It's seen that we in misery. Continue on.
Wisdom of Solomon 3:2. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
Just like those brothers, right? And then also just like Stephen. All right, they thought that, oh, we stoning him. Yeah, that's it for him. All right, that wicked motherfucker, where is God at now? Or YAHAWASHI, right? But what? In death, they was all at peace. All right, and then they all basically got, how do I say, established to having that crown. All right, they all love not their life unto death. All right?
And another reason why they're at peace, they have faith. They believe in the Most High. All right, people, like it says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction. Well, he died. That ain't life. He died. You know, he in a worse place now. You know, oh man, it ain't no good for him. He died. You know, so like you said, man, they don't understand it. Yo, that's peace for us. Why the righteous understand it? Yo, dying, that's peace, man. Okay, but when you die, they be like, oh yeah, he died, man. That was destruction. You know?
This is Isaiah 57:1. The righteous perisheth, and no man lay it to heart. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken.
Considering, see, so you got to consider. Go ahead.
None considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
So none considering that the righteous is taken away for the evil to come, man. So I'm gonna read this again. It says, and they're going.
Hang on. One example of that is Lot, right? Lot was taken away so that the evil could come. The Lord said, look, take Lot and get up out of here. Hurry up and leave so I can bring this destruction.
Hey, the scripture say
Come, leave, hurry up.
Go ahead. Isaiah 57:1. The righteous perisheth and no man layeth to heart, and merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. He shall enter into peace, they shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness.
So that pretty much said what this said, and it just worded it different. So I'm gonna read this one again. Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 2. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die. Now that scripture said, but they didn't take in consideration. All right. So it says, and their departure is taken for misery. All right. And they're going from us to be utter destruction. So they didn't consider that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So it says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace, man. So they don't have that faith that, like he say on that song, it's been a long time coming, but the change gonna come. He say he don't know what's beyond the sky. He say, I'm afraid to die because I don't know what's beyond the sky. So what? You afraid to die? You don't know what's beyond the sky? I mean, you have no understanding. You know of what happens when you die, man. You lost. All right. So he made a beautiful song, but he said, I'm afraid to die because I don't know what's beyond the sky. So he don't know where you go when you die, because he won't be afraid.
And it's beautiful because when David was getting ready to pass, the Lord said, now you shall rest with your fathers. All right, I'm going to just read this real quick. Acts 7, let this brother get back into it. Acts 7:59, and they stoned Stephen, calling upon God and saying, Lord, YAHAWASHI, receive my spirit. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep. So he rested, meaning he went to the spirit.
He called for the.
He called, just take my spirit.
And that same example though is like what the brother was speaking on. Now you gotta play that out. You know, you got these wicked ass Israelites, kill this motherfucker, They over there stoning them, they're like, yeah, this nigga dead. They rejoicing thinking that his death is in misery and that, you know what I'm saying, he fully destroyed. But in reality, homeboy's like, look, I fought the war.
He gained more than he lost.
Right, he gained more. He was out there doing the work, died in the field doing the work, you know what I'm saying? And now he didn't, you know what I'm saying, how do you say, well, he already had his lot to where he was going to be, you know, from the beginning of time, but yet, you know what I'm saying, he kept the faith all the way to the end.
Hey, he lost it to gain in the world to come. Because he said, I made this world for many, but the world to come for few, and YAHAWASHI understood that. This not my world. But I'm going to die so I can be on top in the new world to come, you know?
Hey, I got a quick one real quick. Through the spirit. This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High.
Right.
Set your affections.
So once again,
that's what the brother just brought out too.
In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die. All right. And their departure is taken for misery. But what happened to YAHAWASHI? Read that again.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach.
So what? Why he got to be risen? Why did he got to be risen? Why? Because he died. All right. Go ahead.
That's right. Yep. It says, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Hey, real quick, King David seen that too. Right.
The Lord said that my Lord sit down at my right hand.
That's right.
Hey, hold on. The brother just brought out another account of that, where Stephen was waking up or was looking up, and he seen the Lord right beside him. He seen the Lord and YAHAWASHI standing up right beside him.
Sure did. God, and it said the Lord.
He stood up, was ready to receive his soul. You know.
That's spirit.
Hey, man, the spirit so heavy. It said, if ye be risen with Hamashiach. You know, we awaken the spirit. The Lord said, arise, ye depart. What making us alive right now? The light, this knowledge, you know? So we risen
dead
already
bones.
with us.
Dead bones.
Hey, and that's so beautiful. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets, you know?
And that's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, you know? So we already risen with Hamashiach. It's just in the making. The king's in the making right now, but it ain't in full effect yet.
Hey, because then you have to kill the old man.
That's right.
Mortify the deeds, mean to put to death.
That's right.
Mortify the deeds of the flesh, man.
It's in the same chapter, Colossians.
Spirit.
I think so.
Verse 2. Set your affection on things above.
So set your affection on things above. So what? When you die, the scriptures say, Ecclesiastes 12:7, the spirit return unto God who gave it. And Ecclesiastes also say, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward. Right. So read that again.
Colossians 3:2. Set your affection on things above.
All right, so who knows the spirit that goeth upward? So when you die, it's actually a gain, especially if you it only slack here, only if you die in this ministry and it's true. That's a gain, man. Because if you die as an evil, scripture say suffer as a evildoer. There's no glory in that, man. Here it is, you get shot up on the streets because you made some wrong drug deal or something. Oh, I died, man. I went down as a no. You died evil, doing evil works, man. So there's no glory in that. Go ahead.
Not on things on the earth.
So not on things on this earth. What? Is this not our earthly tabernacle? Okay. Go ahead.
Wait. Read that one more part again. How about that investment?
It says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
So at a time like this as well, you know, you got certain groups and certain so-called Negroes that's out here now talking about let's build a so-called black community. Let's put our money together. Well, we doing the same thing. We building a so-called black community. We investing and stuff like that, but we investing in heavenly gifts, man. We don't want no community here in this place that's targeted for missile food, man. There's no place on the planet Earth that's safe unless we got YAHAWASHI protecting us, man. So we trying to make our most investments in heavenly things. All right, we out here working now. We at the stock market now, trading. You know what I'm saying? Investing and making that good investment so we can reap the benefits thereof afterwards.
We all have talents. We have to multiply them talents.
We trade.
We all have spiritual portfolios in the heavens.
Hey, wait. What was that one scripture where? No, we don't have to get it. But I was gonna say about the talents. You trying to hide your talents? The Lord said, go out there and flip my shit, man. Go out to the markets and trade with my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord is saying. Like, yo, man.
No matter how you said it, you got the message right.
And to show you that Jake is the seed of Abraham, because Israel has faith, man. But they had a faith in the wrong thing. You know, because they can literally see, oh, we can get together and build a black community. We all can come together. So Israel has faith. Why? Because you got to have faith to build. They have faith in that. Yeah, we can get together and spend our money, but they put their faith in the wrong thing. But it goes to show you that they the seed of Abraham, because they full of faith, man.
Only people full of faith.
Full of faith,
yeah,
man.
Only people.
They just, only thing is, they don't believe in the Most High, the true power, man. You know? Go ahead.
That was zeal, but not according to knowledge.
Exactly, not according to knowledge.
For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in the Most High. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him.
So going back to this, it says to die and their departure is taken for misery. But this, what the scripture say when we die? Go ahead.
God, when Hamashiach, for ye are dead and your life is hid with Hamashiach.
Okay.
In the Most High. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear.
Go ahead.
Then shall ye also appear.
So to die is misery? No, man. They count it as misery, but what? We gonna appear with YAHAWASHI, man. And we know how the scripture said he gonna appear.
Right here, I got you.
All right, go ahead.
With him in glory.
In glory.
God. Hey, I was gonna say now the scripture just say he gonna appear in glory, right? We understand that, you know, certain glory and power and stuff. Scripture also say, rather paraphrase, we don't know when he comes, we don't know how he'll be, but we're gonna be like him basically. But basically going into us getting those heavenly bodies, we're gonna all be changed, you know. But he also said, I'm not gonna meet you as a man. So that's showing you we're not gonna have them same bodies when the Lord come back, man. We're gonna be raised up. We didn't invest it into that. All right, and now we're gonna be reaping those benefits.
I got you right here, real quick. I'm gonna let y'all take Philippians chapter 3, verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, for whence also we will look for the Savior, the Lord YAHAWASHI Mashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
So we don't know the exact, how do you say, descriptions of everything. All right, we're going to be able to fly at so many miles per hour, this and that, at this height, goal, this and that.
Light years.
Yeah, light years. We don't know all those you know, things like that in the detail, but we know that when, first of all, from the testimony of YAHAWASHI, the things that he did, we're going to do his works and then more works. We're going to have all these different powers, man. We're going to have spiritual power at that time, man. We're going to shed this here flesh. We're going to put back on our first estate.
That's right.
All right? So we're going to wind up being like YAHAWASHI, all right?
That's right. Because it said what? That those who have not kept that first estate, you know, were cast into chains of darkness reserved until the day of judgment. But this is in the spirit. This is Job 14, verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands.
All right. So, hey, read that. Start back over the top here.
Spirit. Job 14, verse 14. Spirit. If a man die, shall he live again?
So they, you know, if you want to go in that reincarnation, I mean, come on, they gonna live again? We're not really worried about dying on this side or whatever, whatnot, because we know, hey, the spirits of the prophets is subject to the prophets, man. As long as we stay in this state that we in, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all right. Continue on.
Hey, if I may add, the scriptures say, "Blessed are the dead in the Lord, for their works will follow them."
Yep.
You know, and the brother brought up that Isaiah 57. You know what? They shall continue in righteousness. Does not the scripture say the just shall live by faith? Does not the scripture say the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets? You know,
he was with me from the foundations of the earth.
That's right. Verse 15. Oh, slot. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes.
So again, all these different reincarnations coming back into this goddamn flesh. All right, yeah, keep coming back into what? Until this time now, until we get that actual change. So we actually get into that heavenly body. We get the most importantly, the law, statutes, commandments written inside of us. All right. Yeah. Once we get that, we're gonna be good to go. That's what the brother was waiting, or what the brother was speaking about. You know, they're waiting on. Got something?
Yeah, real quick. Talk about those who died in the ministry. Because you have individuals that have died in the ministry. I.e. AHBAD, man, you have some punk ass Muslims, man, that basically murdered him. And then you even had a brother who was also in the Chicago camp that, you know, he was taken to the spirit world with the Heavenly Father as well. So I wanted to just bring this out because this brother talking about how Esau gonna come down on us, but also it's really the will of the Heavenly Father. But those who die, all right, for righteousness' sake, all right, they're going to be resurrected on that first resurrection. So this is Revelation chapter 20, verse 5. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. Under such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests of Yahawah and of Mashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. All right. So those who die in the ministry, those who die for righteousness' sake, they're gonna come back and reign with us. Well, hey, we pray we make it on the chariot, but you know we all gonna be reigning with Yahawashi for that 1,000 years, man. All right.
Hey, and that's why in the book of Revelations it said these were called and faithful. You know, so and true. You know, that's the elect, 144,000.
No.
All right. Spirit.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:3. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
And so again, they think that when they putting us to death, certain things like, you know, the persecution of the saints, man. So-called white men really get off on how do I say, getting entertainment out of just like seeing us die, man. Go back to the Romans, man. They could it was easy just to cut somebody's head off with a sword, but they had all kinds of different shit like impaling people.
Lions.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Colosseum and shit, man. You know, like when they used to impale people back in those days, they would put their ass on a stake and put the stake in the asshole, and they would slowly slide down this shit. So they wouldn't die instantly, man. Just think about how painful of a death that is, man. But they doing that for what? Entertainment purposes. Let's take bets on how long this nigga gonna live.
The same thing in hardcore slavery here. What they used to do with Jake with the horses, man.
Oh yeah, split them in half.
Split them in half. And then guess what? They love it so much. They take so much pride in that. Look at the symbol for the Levi jeans. They got the two horses and they got in the back. They're gonna show you, man, that they take pride in destroying Jake, man.
Not just that shit. They talk about gator bait all the time, right? What's gator bait? They was getting fishing with our damn babies and stuff like that, right? That sign over there has got it on there.
Yep.
But nevertheless, you know, they got all these different atrocities and things going off like that, you know. So-called white men take pleasure in putting us to death, man. He get off on that type of stuff, like we read in the beginning, you know, in Genesis. That picture of the gator bait.
Lucky. No, it's right here.
That's where you get your gator shoes, your gator purses, and all that stuff from, man. They was using
alligator bait. It's an actual picture too.
Gator bait.
Then they got pictures down here depicting it. They got cartoons about it, man. Yeah, they have no love for the saints of Yahawashi. Why the Lord said He loved Jacob and hate Esau.
Quick precept because we're talking about the persecution. John 6:2. they shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God's service. All right.
Shalom, shalom.
Hang on, let me go back on that. So they're gonna put us out of synagogues, right? Hey, let you go into any of these damn churches trying to preach Israelites and see what happened, man. Let you go inside your own household or anything like that and see what the hell happened, man. They already got us out in the so-called pushed outward, you know what I'm saying? We come under the highways and the byways we was commanded to, but if we were to try to go into these establishments and try to play on that type of platform, we would already be pushed out, man. Continue on.
And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me.
I mean, hey, that's just like going in what John 3:16 about that damn light. They don't want to come to the light, you know what I'm saying, which is YAHWASHI, the truth, because they don't want to be exposed to their wickedness, man. They don't want to be exposed to all these atrocities or just bullshit that they doing, especially our people, man. Continuing that.
Verse 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
So, going into this persecution of the Israelites, the saints, more or less the elect, all right? So-called Esau Edom got this thing that they got, you know, you hear these Edomites. Huh?
So-called Esau Edom.
Yeah, it's like it. He is Esau Edom. He's so-called white man. But one of the things that you hear these Edomites talking about on the internet, you know, where they so-called truthers, stuff like that, is so-called targeted individuals and gang stalking and stuff like that, man. And when you go into that, like gang stalking from a targeted individual, it's basically Esau getting off fucking with people. Just like in the Roman times, it's easy for them to just slice somebody's head off, but they want to get entertainment purposes off of it, all right? Now, the end-all be-all with what they call that shit, gang stalking and targeted individuals is that Esau wants you to commit suicide, all right? So what Esau does is, I was bringing this out in a video about the COINTELPRO. One of their goals was to so-called stop the rise of a black messiah, all right? And also to discredit their leaders and things like that. That's why they call us things like rapists and stuff like that, just to get these simple-minded people to think we're rapists.
Murderers and thieves and gangsters.
And yet the same people call the police on us, and the police come up and take our information, but we don't go to jail. We have, you know, how do I say, been accused of committing such heinous crimes. Why aren't we being arrested or persecuted by the police with that? Right. You see what I'm saying? But they come out here to so-called demonize us, all right, to try to discredit us so people won't want to listen to us, all right? That's right. And this is part of why Esau Edom has his agents to come in and infiltrate certain groups, come out with certain things like ISUPK with the guns and stuff. Oh, we militant.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You know what I'm saying? IUIC with the building a black community. You know what I'm saying? They got to come in inside and try to, how do I say, distort the truth to try to keep Jake from coming into this truth, all right? They got to keep them blindsided, you know? Just like they did in the, here's something I was bringing out to the brother, man. When you go back, I believe the elder said that what, AHBAD was coming out of the scene around what, the 70s?
Yeah.
Around the 70s. Yeah. Around the same time frame that, the FBI came out with COINTELPRO, this was around the 70s, all right? I didn't know that. Now, that same time frame, what did you have happening? Now, if AHBAD, according to prophecy, that might be too deep for folks. Anyway, if that's the time we start waking up, right?
The elect, so
well, Khan, if he was the one to bring us back to start turning the kids back to their fathers, right? He was the first one at this point in time doing that. That was around the 70s. At the same time, look what was going on around then, all right? Same thing going on now. You had what? The formation of the Crips and the Bloods. Why was the Crips and the Bloods formed? All right, to police their neighborhoods that was being oppressed by the so-called police. Right. Same with the Black Panthers and stuff. These wasn't so-called, like you would think of as terrorist organizations today, but they was out helping their people. They was helping police and stand up for their own people, building their own thing. They was unifying their people. They had to send in infiltrators and turn them all out, and that's why you got gangbangers fighting over red and blue and blocks that don't belong to them. The Black Panthers are so-called terrorists with guns, and it was all brought down from the inside out.
Right, I was going to say, because like you said, our people set that up themselves. But when you look at the Crips and the Bloods today, all you see is them killing each other, because like you said, it's been infiltrated by Esau. But now they remind me of Acts the 5th chapter. If this be of man, it will come to naught. Right. But if it be of Yahawah, leave these men alone, unless you be found to be fighting against Yahawah. Right. And ever since AHBAD, who was Elijah, we're going to say that, came on the scene, we still been pushing the words.
That's right.
But, exactly. But looking at that same time frame, that's where it started, right?
Exactly.
Now you see all these other groups. So at that point in time, it's basically like a time frame showing you, all right, awakening is coming, right? This is the time to start waking up. Now you see now people waking up to all this madness. Beforehand, they didn't have all these different choices. Now you have them coming out with the Crips, the Bloods. Further on down into time, right? The scriptures say, no man shall buy you, no man shall save you, no man gonna redeem you. No man is gonna bring you up out of this position. But we didn't have what? Martin Luther King, MLK, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, and all these different people, right? They all so-called failed. Further off, you had the Crips and the Bloods, right? The Black Panthers. You had Tupac. Tupac was in the same scenario, right? They start trying to bring out people together and stuff like that. They always X these people out. Why? Because they want to infiltrate these people according to their COINTELPRO to stop the so-called Negroes, in their words, the so-called Negroes from joining together, being unified. Again, once we know who we are and things like that, we'll stop buying into these stores, feeding their militaries. If we understood that with us in the so-called white man's military, we depleting everybody else's resources, killing off everybody else.
Right.
We wouldn't want to do the same shit. Like, how the hell, you know what I'm saying? That was a brain fuckery that Esau had Jake in chains fighting against the goddamn white man's enemies. Like, how the hell you got me in chains and I'm fighting for you? Why would I fight with the enemy against your ass so I'll be free? You see what I'm saying? But we was totally destroyed from that, all right? So-called white men went into with psychological warfare into all the same stuff that what you call like so-called targeted individuals, all right? You're not a targeted individual because you're so-called exposing truth and chemtrails and stuff like that, man. We got proof. We're going to go into the scriptures. We're going to bring out how this is only for the elect, man. The so-called white man is looking for the elect in all of this, man. All right, so you have these certain things like we talk about. We have spiritual warfare. We have spiritual fights, but so-called white man got weapons and stuff like that and he's coming out against the so-called elect with, man. Gang stalking, shit, ELF weapons, you know what I'm saying? All kind of different shit that he hitting us with, man. Or we be having all kind of different shit just pop off with us, man.
That's just that hatred. Because you can simply take us down with a gun, but you're trying to torture us and destroy us in ways, man, that's unimaginable, man. Unimaginable, Salaki.
Come, but also what the scriptures say, let no man take thy crown, right? So Esau, again, in his gang stalking, he could easily just come over here and just shoot your ass.
Like you say, that makes you want to commit suicide. That makes you want to give up.
Right.
That's why the Lord said, I am with thee, man.
Come. So this is why Esau again, it's easy for Esau to just come up in your neighborhood and shoot your ass. That's not the way to come out. He wants you to go kill yourself. And he also wants you to discredit yourself, go look crazy, be all psychotic, and just bug the fuck out. You lose your faith, and that's it. He ain't really got to do shit for you. You know, he don't got to fight you. If you go over there and you blaspheme the Most High, that's it for your ass. All right, and Esau know this. All right.
And Esau set your people up against you. That's why the scripture said, the foes that those of your own household shall be your foes, because they're gonna be the ones to rat you out to Esau, like you said. They put that stigma on you. All right, they try and demonize you so that your people who don't even believe can care less about what the fuck happened to you. Right. But then that's when the Lord said, "The hand join the hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished."
Huh.
Yeah, spirit. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, because what does this all boil down to, man? Faith. The elect have that faith. All right, and this is what they know. If the elect get this truth and wake up, all right, then them days will be short. All right, and that's what's happening. All right, so this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 20. Salaki, bear with me, Baba Kasha.
Spirit.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, and verse 20. It says, Deuteronomy 32 and 20, and he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith. You know, and that's why we have the law of faith. That's why YAHAWASHI came on the scene and was established, man. All right, by his blood, he made us nigh back to the Most High. All right, you know, because of that, they're looking for that faith, man. You know, because they knew, what did YAHAWASHI say? He said, when I return, shall I find faith, man? Because it's going to get that scarce out here, man. All right, because we know we're breaking down the prophecies. We're telling them, all right, of the separation, all right, and the persecution, all right. We're telling them what's going on when your pastor is not telling you what's going on, all right. But then the man of the Lord is telling you what's going on, all right. We're prophesying these things, man. We're telling you, the scriptures tell you, give him no rest, cry aloud, man. All right, so we're not holding our peace because what? We're consuming his kingdom by the words of YAHAWASHI, exactly. All right, through the Spirit, you know. And this is what's shortening this man's days. All right, because these words, scriptures tell you faith come by hearing. The elect is hearing these words, man.
Go back to that song.
Yeah, that's right. The elect is hearing his words every day, man. This is why we're pushing videos every day. And it's not us, it's the spirit of power YAHAWASHI that's waking up the house of David, man. All right. You know,
yeah, one way or another, your ass gonna be woken up, man. It's like in the house. You know what I'm saying? Your alarm clock could be going off. You just keep hitting the snooze button. But you know what I'm saying? Me as a little child, when I was young, I used to get mad at my parents. I had a badass boombox system I hooked up in my room. Man, I turned that shit on, the whole neighbor's house be rocking this shit. My mama come over here beating on the door. I thought I was doing something. The Most High like that, man. I had the music slowly playing, softly playing, but now It's gonna be like Jake with them 415s in the driveway, just beating out the whole drums, man. One way or another, you have to face the music, man.
Pictures off the wall. And...
Yep, and we're getting closer to that time. As the closer we get to the end, call HALAL YAHAWASHI Shai Thumb Yai, man. The closer we're getting to the end, the Lord is turning up the left hand. So if the Lord is turning up the left hand side, we can physically see that, all right? And the scriptures tell you our weapons and our power is spiritual things, okay? So if we see the left hand side turning up, how much more the right hand side? The scriptures tell you the Most High is not the author of confusion, nor he's unbalanced. All right. So if the Lord is showing us what the left hand side can do and the weapons that the left hand side got, all right, then how much more the spiritual things which is eternal, man? You know, and we're warning our people these things, man. We're telling our people what's to come. All right. We're telling our people how to turn back into their power. All right. The Lord said, "I will see what their end shall be. Children of no faith, no faith. I will hide my face from them." All right. But what? And his mercy, and his majesty, and his wrath, he smote us, man. You know, I'm gonna give it back to you. But in his favor shall he have mercy on us, and that mercy was given unto us by this seals being opened up through YAHAWASHI, man. All right.
Hey, while you was reading that, go back to I think verse 4 or 5.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 4. Oh, okay, yeah.
Not that. Yeah, read 4 and 5.
All right,
then you can go back and read that precept you had just read.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 4. He is the rock.
Talking about the Most High.
That's right. His work is perfect. For all his ways are judgment, a power of truth, and without iniquity, just and right is he.
They said he is the rock. He's perfect for all his ways of judgment. Just like how we are in this world today, this person just had to make a judgment on how fast to come around this corner without rolling their car. Had to make a judgment if the street was clear to come through, you know? We had to make a judgment if it was going to be hot or if it was going to be cold out here, if it was going to be raining. We made all these judgments, so we, you know, the person who just, or these people making a judgment to stop at the light, they're making a righteous judgment so they don't get collided from the other side. So the Most High, he don't just do shit and not think about it, you know what I'm saying, plan shit out. All right, same with us, man. We need to continue on because it goes into that.
God, verse 5. A power of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. That's right.
It's a comparison. That's the Most High. All right? He tells you he's perfect. They tell you the Most High is perfect because of his ways is just. Just and right is he with the judgment. Continue on. No. Read the next verse.
Keep going. All right, verse 5. They have corrupted themselves.
Now, this is a comparison from the Most High being perfect to the Israelites. He said they have corrupted themselves. Go ahead.
Their spot is not the spot of his children.
Now go over and read what you had read over there on my face.
God, verse 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith.
Now, you can link that right up to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. If you ain't got no faith in what the Most High said, look, if you fuck up, I'm beating your ass with all this shit. You don't want to believe it. That's what he just said. This is our children. They corrupted themselves. They spot us not the spot of their children no more. Because what? We turned our back on him. His ears aren't heavy, he can't hear. His arm is too short, he can't save. But it's our sins that have separated us from our power.
That's right.
All right? So it's us going off, breaking the law, statutes, commandments that got us separated like that. He perfect. We not perfect. We not judging and judging all the things that's going on. What's gonna happen if I eat this here pork? We don't give a fuck about that. We just eat the pork and then deal with the situations as we get down the line. We're like, oh, I got diabetes or whatever. What?
And then everybody wants you to go visit them. Like, for what? They were doing sin. Go and visit your dad in the hospital.
Yeah.
Should have been eating pork all them years.
Yeah. I told him. So I mean that's just a clear comparison between being righteous and wicked. But what? He said he gonna turn his back on us and see. All right, I'm gonna let your ass get out there. Like your parents say, oh, you want to be grown? Get your ass out there and see what's going on. That Michael Jackson movie. Oh, you look like you want to hit me with that brick. You might as well take your shit and get up out the house. Homeboy said, fuck it, I'm leaving. A couple days later, he come knock on the door. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? You was right. I ain't got no money for no house, no rent, no none of this shit. I thought I was, doing my thing. I'm young, 16, smelling myself. I think I'm the shit. But you really get out there in the reality of it, you be like, oh shit, we fucked up. All right?
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 4. Hear ye the word of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are going far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain? So what iniquity have YAHAWASHI wrought, man? What was so unjust for us to be here today? Nothing, man. The scriptures tell you in the book of Zephaniah, the just Lord is in the midst thereof, man. Every day he brings his judgment to light. All right? You know, and he will not do iniquity, man. Everything that was brought upon us, even to this day. All right, that show you the mercy of the Lord. Here it is, man. Hey, if it wasn't for the Lord not changing, we would be consumed. All right, here it is. You know, we're people though. Not only are we far off of our nation, but we the fuck off, man. We are far off, man, from being gods on the planet Earth. Judges, righteous. All right, you know. But what if it wasn't for his mercy? Okay, hey man, we would be finished, man. So the Lord, like, what iniquity have I done? All right, the Lord ain't do no iniquity, man. We went off. You know, that's why we need him. The Lord don't need us, man. You know, but for his elect's sake, man. You know, who he have engrafted in the palm of his hand, man. You know, who he have said, I'm with you, man. I'm gonna deliver you, man. All right, hear ye, O beloved, man. You know,
predestined.
Yeah, that's predestined to save, man. The Lord shall have, I have been a remnant unto them, man. All right, and the Lord is the Lord is with his remnant, man, as it is written, man. All right,
like what the brother was bringing out about he had said damn, just train of thought. The brother was speaking on what iniquity have I done, speaking of the Most High, right? He also basically referred to us as like his woman, right? Yep. So just imagine if you, like, let's say Donald Trump, Bill Gates, that type of rich, right? You done went and bought your woman an island, got her slaves, you done bought her, you done bought the Louis Vuitton company. You know what I'm saying? You bought Versace and all that, so she can have everything. You got her everything on the whole planet Earth.
Louis Vuitton toilet paper and everything.
No. This, you own the company. You don't have to go buy the shit. You own the company.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Your ass with Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. Yeah. So you own everything now, right? You the husband, and you gave all this to your wife, and your wife's satisfied. You throwing a good dick and everything, and she want to go fuck with Ray Ray on the block. That's a crackhead. You like, bitch. You got everything in the world right here. Why you fucking with that nigga? He ain't got no car, he ain't got no job, he ain't got shit. He can't give you nothing but crap. He can't do nothing but bring you down and fuck up your life.
But that's the one they be wanting.
That's what they want.
Hey, what Juvenile said, crazy, that bro. Outside dick keep them hoes sick.
They
like that. They like going off.
Yeah.
But well, we did as a nation, because we his woman. I understand what you getting at.
Yeah. That's what he said. What have I done to you? Like, yo, man, I done gave you everything, you know? Go, what is that? Deuteronomy 30, not 30 and 7, 7 and 6. You know what I'm saying? I made you a special people above the face of the earth.
What has Allah did for you?
Right. Deuteronomy 28 and 1 through 14. All these different things that the Most High promised us and all these gifts and stuff like that he's willing to do for us and the things he did do for us. All right. But yet, and still we keep going off. We're going to the crackhead around the block, man. This nigga over here stealing your VCR and your TV and shit while your husband over here buying you countries and slaves and shit, man. It's retarded. But, hey, man, that's why we need to be repentful and humble. Because, I mean, we as a nation, man, we mad disrespectful, man. We done fucked up big time. You got something, brother?
And Baba Kashan, real quick. And the only way to pay back YAHAWASHI is with your life. You know?
Yeah, I got something right here. Second Ezra chapter 2. Well, actually chapter 1, verse 5. Go thy way and shew my people their sinful deeds and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them. For they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. Am not I even he that brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsels. Pull thou off then the hair of thy head and cast all evil upon them, for they have not been obedient unto my law, but is a rebellious people. This is really the point. How long shall I forbear them unto whom I have done so much good?
Hey, hold on. I don't even know if I want to speak on that shit. You know what I'm saying? The Most High just straight cuss. Hey, look, nigga. You ain't thankful, you little. Hey, look. I put clothes in your back, got you them Nikes and shit. You want to run around stealing some shit that I did all this for you? You know, Jake heard this from their parents, but how much more for the Most High who created us to be Israelites, man? And we did all this, you know, turning our back on him and doing all these crazy things.
But, hey, the whole thing of the story is, right, that bitch can go off or the kids can go off. What happened? That dude always still love her. Always still love her, like, man, she do all this stuff to you. She do all this, but you still love her. And that's the Most High, man.
Hey, I don't know if you old enough to know this song, but Lenny Williams called "Cause I Love You" a homeboy crying song.
Oh yeah, it's that phone.
I called my friend on the phone. He said, I don't know if you've been in love like I've been in love before.
Yep.
Sometimes you want to cry. You know what I'm saying? That's like the Most High say, look, any of these other bitches, I'm like, you know what? Just like Xerxes' first wife, right? Xerxes in the Bible, they call him Artaxerxes. Yeah, in the Bible, his first wife was I forgot what her name was. But anyway, she didn't want to basically listen to what he said. He was like, bitch, go get ready. She's like, who are you talking to like that? He was like, well, then get the fuck up out of here. This is where you get Esther.
Esther, yeah.
She was being prepped for that position, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, man, you know what you got to do to so-called get in line with the king. The king could just off any woman he want to go pick up another woman. But what? The Most High not like that. He not like, oh, I'm going to cast off Israel and go pick up the Ammonites or somebody else like that. No, he going to stick with his woman. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to fight for my king. You got Zinks out here, man. Hey, his woman out there just committing adultery with any and everybody. He be knocking the door. The fuck you doing now? Come out here. Yeah. I even seen a video on YouTube where this dude called his lady in a hotel. And like, there was in the elevator, he kept trying to fight the dude that was with her, and she kept trying to get away, and it was the other dude that don't even know him. Like, dude, just let it go. He said, man, but she belongs to me. Like, that shit, it looked sad, bro, but that's how the Lord feels. Like, that shit hurt, man. He had to really love her. Like, he called her, and he was crying to another grown man about his wife committing adultery on him. Yeah. But he said nothing you can do about that. Same thing with the Lord. That's how the Lord feels. Like, you committing spiritual fornication with the other gods and entities, but I want you to come and love me because I've done all this for you. You know?
Yeah, I mean, shit, just looking at all the things that the Most High have done for us, man. It's just like, come on, man, y'all ungrateful. You know, all these different things that the Most High got going on for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute, how is it that I did all this for you and then this is how you repay me? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, I gave you everything.
Oh no.
This is Jeremiah 3:1. They say if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return again unto her? Turn unto her again. Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Right. But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith Yahawah.
Hey, that's like
that's what you call mercy.
Hey, put that in
the majesty.
Hey, put that into perspective, man. Again, you got that Donald Trump money and did all this for this woman. You know what I'm saying? That bought her fake titties, fake ass. Now she over there throwing it off to the damn crackhead. You like, man, bitch, I done gave you all that shit. You done came back and you done gave me AIDS or some shit that I should go kill your ass for. But I'm going to still forgive you for it. That's how much love the Most High got for us. Because really, the shit that we done been doing the whole time on the planet Earth, especially with the Most High done gifted us with, man. We're going to be reigning over top of all these other nations, but we want to be low like these other nations, man. That's the ultimate disrespect, man.
And if I may add, going back onto that gift that you said, you know, on the mercy of the Lord, man, the scripture have not the Most High chosen the poor that's rich in faith. So we rich in this gift, man. And we're just going into their children of no faith. Now look at what that power did for us, man. All right, we were able to chase thousands of people down, man. Put 10,000 men to flight. Look at the power when YAHAWASHI was with King David, man. He slayed 40,000 men at one time, man. You know. I got a quick precept real quick because the brother said something earlier on. The Lord, he fighting for us, man. He's fighting for his love, man. All right. So just going back into the ancient world, this is Joshua chapter 23, verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000. For YAHAWASHI, your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. So that's a promise, man. All right, that's a covenant. That's right, and that's that gift, man. We have that gift to believe that we have that on us right now, man. All right, we have been given that gift to believe that we have that right now, man. Because the Lord said, as He is, He's the same as yesterday. All right, so the same thing that happened then, the Lord don't change. All right, so that same power is still there, but we coming back into it. We're tapping into that. We're entering into that that power, man. We're tapping into that power, you know.
Hey, read that one more time.
Correct. This is Joshua chapter 23, verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000. For YAHAWASHI, your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. Come, man.
We read
Con Peter Razzo. That's right. It does have lard in it. Shalom, peace to you. Still there.
Where it says it's the precept to that where it's talking some our rock sodas. We was just reading that where it says
oh, that's 30. I think it's like 38, something like that.
We were like 32 talking about our rock.
That's why they like 22 or 23.
I want to get to the point where you're saying chase the 1,000 apart unless our rock sold them. Talking about the rock was like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's in 32. I want to say.
Oh, here it is, 20. 30. There it is. 30.
Yeah, slack it. Read that one more time.
Kind, it's the only one that ain't unhighlighted.
Yeah, the only one that's not highlighted. Look, everything looking for
that's a mystery. You know, that's because oh man, this is beautiful. It's like, I don't want to go on.
Plain sight.
Yeah,
hey, but precept, I had a precept.
That was precept after precept.
You know, only one unhighlighted, man.
It's precept all the way around, but that one precept over there.
So what you looking for?
Yeah. Is this what you're looking for? Joshua chapter 23, verse 10. 1 man of you shall chase 1,000. For YAHAWASHI, your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. All right.
So go ahead and read verse 34.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 30.
Still going back
32.
to that rock that we was talking about earlier about, hey, the Lord is that rock. All his ways are perfect, for he judges everything, right? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 32, verse 30. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them, and YAHAWASHI had shut them up?
So we ain't able to do any of these things unless what? Our power source, all right? We can't do nothing without him. We ain't nothing without him. We just empty vessels, basically.
Women forsaken.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got,
You have no hedge.
Yeah. Yeah, you again, brother said it has in the scriptures, you ain't got no hedge. You ain't got no real power, no source of anything.
We are basically an unwalled village.
Empty vessels, you know, looking for you know, something to inhabit us. The only thing that can inhabit us, what we're supposed to, is the power and the spirit of YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
These other nations, a lot of them, they got their little special moves and little traits that they can do on a low level, but they don't have a real power. We supposed to be what? The gods of the earth, you know, what is that? Psalms 82 and 6. You know, year gods. We way above them, man. We the princes of the power. That's our name, Yahshua Allah. All right, so we got a special power. Our special power is YAHAWASHI, man. We're not strong and got strength and can run fast. No, it's the Most High that's doing all that for us. All right. Anything else beyond that, we ain't shit, man. All right.
Cause he put us in that authority seat, man.
Come on, if we take on the traits of our Father, because he's the King of all kings, and on top of that, we're set up as his sons. Like the brother Mayaka Allah, he got very strong hands because your grandfather used to play baseball for the Dominican Republic, right? Yeah, so he got that trait. They're like, we got the trait of the Heavenly Father and spiritual, you know?
That's like how they also say, let us make them in our own image. We just like same thing, man. We got the how do I say the image of the Father on us. You know, for one, we got His Spirit to come out here and do things like this. You don't see them Moabites doing this, them Ammonites doing that, man. You don't see how people that's yearning for truth, yearning for righteousness and righteous laws and stuff like that. You see the damn Chinese people, they get introduced homosexuality, they don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, ching-chang, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You see Jake doing that, it's like, hold up, we not with that shit, man. What kind of bullshit is that? Like, I was speaking to my sister the other day, and, you know, she bugged out on a lot of shit. But I was like, you know, in the news, they're talking about little boys having periods, and she flipped the fuck out. She's like, hold on, this ain't genetically, this is that. Now, she ain't on no kind of level. But you can see that shit's
this some bullshit.
This
some bullshit.
I couldn't even get my statement out. I'm like, well, that's just what they got going on. She's like, boys can't genetically this, and that, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know, I mean, if you really want to get into it, where does your cycle come from? It's not really none of your organs and none of that start your cycle, stop your cycle. It's the power of YAHAWASHI that is the control of that.
Because the moon is an instrument that uses women's menstrual cycle.
Just like you know, when women are barren, yeah, they got all the organs to have children, but it's something that's stopping them from having kids, you know? And it's something spiritual. Yeah, it's something spiritual. All right?
Because we produce sperm until our last breath, but it's a certain time in their life, they start producing eggs.
Hey, and then some women just be barren. What happened to Judah? With Judah. She was barren. She couldn't.
Sarah was barren.
And what? The Most High blessed, increased. So like you said, it all got to do with the Most High, what he allowed, because what? He's the father of the spirits. So you can put a baby in there, but if you don't put a spirit into that, you know, he the one to get an increase, man.
When he said, Paul said, I have planted, Apollo said water, but it's the Most High get an increase. So, and it's beautiful because I was saying that on the video I had did about be not undefiled with these women, somebody other doctrines, because it's like we planting seeds right now. Hey, every seed that a husband plants out into the field is not going to sprout. So every time a man ejaculates inside a woman, don't mean she's going to get pregnant. The Lord had to give that sperm that increase. All right? Even though there's hundreds of millions of sperm cells, sometimes not even one gets there. Because the Most High didn't want that to happen, you know?
Somebody got that in Jeremiah.
I got Zechariah.
No, not Zechariah. He got the precept at that. Hey, keep finding
Jeremiah.
Well, you want me to just read this? Because I was just quoting this.
Yeah, well, hold on, let me find a precept first, because I wanted to go into that about Jeremiah from the womb, Paul from the womb.
That's the first chapter.
Before I formed thee in the belly.
Yeah. That's in the first
I was
chapter.
going to go get that.
It's Jeremiah chapter, Jeremiah 1 and 5. All right, I'm gonna start at 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
So basically what? Hey, the Most High is in control of all that, right? So it's not necessarily a woman's menstrual cycle or whatever. What the Most High is in control of that. Hey, real quick, speaking on that, can somebody give me a Ecclesiastes, Sirach, 36 and what is it, 15.
Sirach 36 and 15, and it reads,
That bitch ain't going nowhere.
give testimony unto those that has possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful.
Read that one more time for me, brother.
Sirach 36 and 16. Or you want to read 15 over again?
15. Okay.
Sirach 36 verse 15. Give testimony.
So first and foremost, where did we get this song that no man can learn from, right? It was given unto us, all right? Keep going.
Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed.
From when? From the beginning. Continue on.
From the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name.
So, hey, like he said from Jeremiah, hey, I called you by thy name even from thy foundation. Before you was there, and I predestined you, all right, to be this. You was with me from the beginning, all right? Continue on.
Verse 16. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful.
Come on. Hey, is it going to be faith found on the earth? That's what we out here doing right now, man. We don't necessarily have YAHAWASHI standing right there like, look, let me make sure you got your garment on right there. Nah, man. We doing this out of faith right here, right? The Most High gave us this testimony, all right, woke us back up, and now we out here faithfully pushing the word.
That's right.
I think that might be. 15 or 16?
This is St. John chapter 15, verse 16. And it says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Now think about this concept, like I said earlier. You have over like 200 million sperm cells. All right, if you know a healthy male who ejaculates inside of a woman. Now, sometimes not even one of them cells make it. Majority of them die. But that one sperm cell that make it, how about this? Let's say there's over 7 billion people on earth today, right? But the Lord said he gonna have 144,000 men who will be prophesying. Do you not know how beautiful it is for you to be chosen out of all people on earth, but for you to also be predestined, but for you to also to be born? All right. So for one, you fought against all the mother sperms and made it there. Then you made it through life. Matter of fact, you lucky your mother didn't abort you. And then you made it through life. Esau didn't kill you. You didn't get sick and die. Then you wake up one day into this ministry. And then your house, I said, I chose you. You didn't choose me. Do you not know how glory that is?
Hey,
that's gloriful.
One more in the carnal sense. I tell my mom, I was talking to my mom, I was telling her this, and I was like, yo, the Most High is definitely, I gotta give all praise to the Most High, because the Most High definitely has got a hedge around me some kind of way. I can just tell, speaking in the carnal sense, like, you know what? In this society, I thank God that I ain't gay, I ain't dead, I ain't in jail. You know what I'm saying? I ain't all fucked up in the head. Like, you see some of these jakes sitting on the porch, just whatever, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we could have literally been fucked up in all these type of things. This is this witchcraft and this demonic power that's being spread over the whole earth. All right? But the Most High got his heads on these certain brothers, his elect, all right? That they not going to be able to, fall out of all this stuff. Because really in this society now, especially with the kids that's growing up now being homosexuals in the school, man, it's like, yeah, but it ain't even their fault. It's some shit they was experimenting with. This is the shit that they being programmed to do.
Yeah.
All right? So in a society like this, man, it's a blessing that we ain't out here as crackheads, drug dealers, and, just doing all kind of crazy shit, Like I said, man, hey, man, like, hey, really, I believe that the Most High, you do some fuck shit, the Most High put that spirit on you to be gay, man. I'm just like, thank God I ain't gay. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I ain't bugged out with no shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this, 2/3 can't change they in that position, man. I put up a video about the spirits that was yearning, you know what I'm saying? And homegirl, I guarantee you, homegirl would not want to be in that position that she in if she could change it, but she can't. She's got to be a goddamn, well, I don't know if she's 2/3 or not, but she got to be in that position until the Lord, you know, make a move or put her ass to death.
This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 23. The steps of a good man are ordered by YAHAWASHI, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not utterly be cast down. For YAHAWASHI upholdeth him with his hand.
If you want to go to Proverbs 22:1, it's like the same thing. You know, showing that the Most High is in control of everything.
I got one too. Whenever you
Proverbs first.
All right. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is rather to be.
Is it 21?
Oh, okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about, Spirit. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes.
Hold on, you got the king's heart?
Oh, okay, that's what you want? All right,
yeah,
all right.
yeah, start from the top.
All right,
yeah.
Spirit. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. I know where to start there. The king's heart is in the hand of YAHAWASHI. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So when you look at a river, right, the river is being directed by what? The banks on the side. The bank, you know, if it bank to the left, but to the right, that's where the water gonna go, right? Same with the Most High. He's saying he's got his control over not just the kings of this earth, but also all the men of the earth, man. Everybody's hearts is in we all puppeteers, man. This is basically a big ass game of The Sims, right? And the Most High is basically like the creator, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm putting him to go do this and him to go do that.
Roller coaster,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna raise up Donald Trump to be this person, and we're gonna raise up Vladimir Putin to be. I mean, cause shit, you reading Ezekiel 38, something like, look, I'm gonna raise you up. I'm gonna bring these hooks back to your jaw. You know what I'm saying? To raise up the spirit of the kings and the meetings.
That's right.
So the Most High is playing The Sims with his simulation down here, and all we doing is playing the part, man. You know, the Most High is in control of all that.
That's right.
Script.
Hey,
Hey, wait.
all playing out of script.
I was about to say, well, what's the script? You got a script to a movie.
Hey, Baba Kashar, when you go into the etymology of the word description, it means when you go down to the bottom, like the brother said, it says script, but then it says of a kind. All right, of a certain kind.
Right.
All right, and it said class.
Right.
So you got
SUV versus car, they all vehicles.
all the way even to men. You know, the sons of men, the sons of the wicked, and the sons of YAHAWASHI. And then what? Not only that, because we're all the elect. That's that kind. That's that. So that's descriptive.
Yep.
You know, that's the description. All right, of whom the Most High YAHAWASHI have chosen to be with in the times we're in, man.
Right.
You know, in the coming to.
Those same spirits from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. That's right. Right. That was beautiful, man. That's in the tape. Yeah, that's in the arsenal.
Choosing to be faithful.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was not that somebody was reading a precept at the time. All right, you was good on that. You had a precept. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23 and 24. O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. O Lord, correct me, but with...
It's Romans chapter 9, verse 10. Because we speaking about, you know, pretty much the will of the Most High,
Exactly.
right? He's in control. He's in control of everything. Romans 9 and 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one,
Write that too.
even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, going back to the Most High's election, all right?
To Esau as too.
Neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Oh, stop. Yeah, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Like we saying, hey, this is the Most High's doing. What shall we say then? All right.
What can you say?
Is there unrighteousness with the Most High?
Keep my foot.
God forbid.
That's right.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor him that runneth. Does somebody want to get time and chances in Ecclesiastes? Let it go with this.
You already.
All right.
Ready to go.
Disqualification.
So then, it is not him that willeth, nor him that runneth. So it's not him that willeth, nor him that runneth. All right. But of the Most High that showeth mercy. So the Most High gonna have compassion on who he gonna have compassion. He'll have his elect according to his election. All right. So it's really not us, man. You know, that's why the scriptures say, lean not into thy own understanding. All right. Everything you've done has been strategically calculated in the heavens, man. All right. It's already been calculated. Yo, you gonna do this. You gonna do that. You gonna do that, man.
No mistake in the universe.
No mistakes.
No mistake.
Okay. So reading on, it says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared through all the earth. Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and he pardon whom he will pardon. So he even control your minds, man.
He said that I could show my power through thee. Because the scripture said the Lord God doeth nothing, but he revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. So they look at us like we're nothing, but he's speaking through us. Just like in the ancient days, like Moses. Why do you think he chose Moses, who was second in command in Egypt? All right? He chose Moses to go to Pharaoh. He said, I'm going to harden, listen, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to harden his heart. All right? I'm going to give you the power to turn that scepter into a snake. And then I'm going to rain frogs. We're going to turn the rivers to blood. I'm gonna have locusts consume them. I'm gonna restore their crops with blast and with strong rain and ice. Then I'm gonna slaughter their firstborn, and then I'm gonna drown them, just to let you know that I am that power. But I'm gonna have them do all that, but just do what I say, and you'll be fine. That's all we gotta do, man. That's it. It's rigged. It's rigged. You know, it's rigged.
Hell no.
Start right here at verse 30.
Hold on. The game is rigged.
8 and
Like Dallas Mavericks beating Miami that year.
28.
The game is rigged.
Romans 8 and 20.
LeBron. Yeah, Jason Terry.
Somebody who's supposed to lose.
Yeah, that's what you read up there. Same thing.
Romans 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together. It's like it work together for good to them that love the Most High.
So, I mean, long story short, everything is already going according to plan because the Most High set it up for it. All right? Continue on.
To them who are called according to his purpose.
Right. So, is there any righteousness in, the Most High? Because he loved Jacob and hated Esau? Keep going.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate.
So, what you mean by foreknow? We was reading that in Jeremiah, right? All right. And then he also said predestinate. We was from the beginning. So, not only... I think that's in the Apocrypha where it says before the chimneys of Zion was even hot. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about the Most High knowing all these things, but back to the foundations of the earth. All right, when the chimneys of Zion was hot, that would be the elect that was being formed. You know, because that was basically they was helping YAHAWASHI create everything. All right, continue on, but not necessarily just that. The Most High created these spirits and programmed them. All right, y'all gonna be with YAHAWASHI creating in the beginning. Y'all gonna be with from the beginning. You're going to all be the same ones that's in his hand to come back and redeem at the end. All right? Continue on.
And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High.
Right.
To them who are called according to his purpose.
So not the ones that chose how to, I'm going to be a man of the Lord today. I'm going to be a pastor. Nah, hell nah. The Most High said, read that part again.
To them who are called according to his purpose.
Right. So you didn't call, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of them game show hosts. Oh, if you get the magic phone call, you're going to win $1 million. That's if they call you. You can't call them like, did I win? You know what I'm saying? The Most High said the ones that he called. And then continue on.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate.
So not only did he create you and he knew you from, like this. You know, like a parent like to their child, boy, I know you better than yourself. I'm the one who raised you up. I know what type of food you like because I'm the one who's feeding you all that type of food. Most High foreknew us because he's the one who created us. Not only that, he predestined us to do certain things, created a task for us to do. Like scripture say that the creature not willing to go off, but for the Most High's sake, he had a plan and agenda for us, all right? He had a plan and agenda. There had to be a falling away first for us to be risen back up, to go out and give them warning from the Most High. All right, this is all a plan and a plot that he predestined before we even fall off, man. He told us we was gonna go out, take these 2 sticks, and make this here sign in Ezekiel, man. The falling away didn't happen until after in the New Testament.
Hey, and that just goes to show you how fair the Most High really is. Like he's fair. I mean, he's just because
right,
think about it. It's not nothing you've done. You didn't do nothing. I didn't choose you because of that. I didn't choose. I didn't choose you. Or I didn't set you up because of this. I literally had to make a vessel for this purpose and a vessel for that purpose. So the Most High, you can't be upset that he chose Jacob, or you can't be upset that he chose an elect to be saved. Like, yo, everything had a purpose to be made. We didn't do nothing to be out here preaching this word. 2/3 didn't do nothing to be in that position they're in. But it's just according to that purpose, according to that election. That's just the purpose. So how can you say it's unfair that he did that? It wasn't nothing we done. It was just, okay, I made this for this and I made that for that. You know, so the Most High, it wasn't done off emotion. You know what I mean? He made us the way he made us, and then he chose to love that way, what he created, man. He chose to love that. Okay, so that's just how it goes down, man. You know? So you can't say he's unfair. Or is there any unrighteousness with him, man?
You know, Lord have angels that he will send. Like he sent an angel to Daniel when Daniel was in the lion's den and fed him. He sent an angel to Elijah to feed him. Then he also said he sent evil angels unto the Egyptians. So he got angels on both sides. He controlled both sides, man. It's always his will. Even angels that are spirits unto vengeance, man. All right, so it's just his will. What he can do about it.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's just part of the election, or you ain't. Either this or you that.
Either election or rejection.
Yeah, you know, it's just,
salvation, condemnation.
That's really where it's all at.
Salvation, destruction.
Oh no. Verse 29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be confirmed.
Confirmed what? No, hey, that's that elect, man. The ones that he said, thou hast given me from the beginning. You know, none of them are lost. Confirming his words. Continue on.
I was gonna say, hey, everybody can make it to the NBA, but everybody can become a Hall of Famer.
That's right.
We the Hall of Famers.
Right. The ones going down as the legends.
Right. Our jersey gonna be up there.
Hey, we read that earlier in Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, verse 15, where he's talking about the ones he gave the testimony to. All right, he gave us this. You know what I'm saying? To go forth to show forth his works and all these things. All right.
You said read to 29, right?
Yeah.
Come. Right. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be confirmed.
Ooh, I know they in the belly.
I thought we just read that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about that. It's the spirit. I confirmed you.
To the image of his son.
Hey, and that's further on up. That's all. Hey, it's all full circle, man. Like the brother was reading, it's not because you did this, you did that. It was before they was born, before they did either good or evil.
Predestination.
You see what I'm saying? That's just the way it is, man. That's what they decided to do this over here. It's like they decided to put this building here and that building over there, not because of, whatnot. They was like, well, shit, but this spot was open when we was ready to build, and that spot was open. That's just how it happened to roll out, Not because of whatnot. I got a better deal over here than over there. Hey, it just rolled out that way, man. That's how the Most High had it set up, man. And the only thing we can do is be humble and be thankful.
Hey, that's like taking a piece of raw material, right? And just grabbing from it. And let's say you just make it into a spoon. Then you grab another piece of that raw material and make it into a spoon. Like, so what? How is that unfair? I'm just making spoons.
Right.
All I did was just grab the raw material and just formed it how I wanted it to be formed. Now, because that was first, I had no control of that. I just, I'm just making things for its purpose. You know what I mean? It's no control. You have
He's the potter and we're the clay.
That's right. Hey, somebody want to get that one vessel to honor this.
I'm the spirit.
That's
Romans
9. Right there.
Okay.
Oh, the spirit, bro. We just going with the spirit. The spirit want to come out again.
But speaking of that gave me an idea. Not an idea. A thought about like the brother speaking on we gonna read about the 2 vessels. A good analogy of that is. They were talking about some left Twix, right Twix, like it's the difference between the damn Twixes. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The ideology of that, like, oh, I'm a left Twix, I'm a right. Well, how come I couldn't have been a right Twix? Motherfucker, y'all all come off the same thing, just chopping them shits up, throwing them in the pack. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't be bad because you wanted to be on the right side of the pack and this was on the left side of the pack.
I had no control. Wait, I had to go on this side. side and one had to go on that side.
Either way, you still a twin.
Right.
Still a twin, yeah. Still a Jake.
That's just, hey, this,
Yeah, 2/3. You still a Jake.
hey, that's just, bro. That's just how it is, bro. Like you're left or you're right.
Right.
Hey, if you turn this way, it just so happen to be your left. If you
Right.
turn that way, it's your right.
Or like
No.
this. I always thought that I was a girl. No, you wasn't. You was born a man.
Yeah.
Stop acting like that. Either you a man or a woman.
Yeah,
Ain't no. What they got like 17 different genders. What?
Hey, we can squash that real quick. Go get a blood DNA test and see what them chromosomes come back with. X or Y. XX or what is it? 2 X's and an XY?
Yeah, I think
Something like that. You ain't got no other kind of
The man has
combinations
the
of that.
because only the male can determine the gender.
Right.
That's
He can
right.
give you a woman or a man.
That's
right.
The woman can only,
Female. That's right.
not to say reproduce, but she only got the genes of feminine.
In other words, a woman is just mainly mitochondria, what she really holds. More mitochondria than we do. But nonetheless, though, the only thing a woman really is like an incubator.
Right.
That's
Right.
basically what she is.
Right.
You know?
Because shit, you can have a Jake man put his seed off in all kind of women. You still got Jake babies, but once, like let's say an Edomite come up inside a Jake woman, that's an Edomite baby, man. Same way, just like the same. You can take apple seeds and put an apple seed here in Florida and one in California. You might call them a Florida apple or California apple, but you still at the end of the day got the same gene. It's still an apple.
Just like, hey, you can be a northerner or a southerner. You're still an Israelite.
That's right. That's right.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm a Texan and I'm a Georgian. Ain't y'all all Americans?
Man, God no, man, you Issachar. I'm Puerto Rican. No, you Ephraim. God damn it. Either way you look at it. Hey, yo, graduate mine. No, you Benjamin. Stop acting like it. Either way, you Israelite. You're Israelite, yeah. That's
Like
it,
Paul
man.
said, hey, I'm a, which are Israelites, you know? Aren't you got Egyptian? No, I'm that
Oh, yeah.
Israelite. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was a Benjamite, right? Paul?
Yeah,
Paul
he was
was
Benjamin. He was Benjamin.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah, that's zeal.
Like, you want me to
Son
go
of the
back
right.
to the election?
That's why he thought when he persecuted the church, he thought it was a righteous deed. So Yahawashi had to let him know.
Oh, you
Saul,
want to
Saul,
read
what
31?
persecutest thou
I
against
stopped
me?
at
It's hard
29.
for you to kick. Yeah, Yahawashi was in the heaven, so he was talking about us.
Read to 31?
Yeah. Remember he said, if you do it to one of the little ones, you do it unto me. That's why the Lord said, he that touches you touches the apple of my eye. And I don't care how much you bitch on that. Like, boy, somebody poke you in the eye, ain't no nice. You feel me? So that's how the Lord feel, bro.
It's Romans 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword?
hey, actually, we was going into that earlier about the targeted individuals and how Esau wants you to basically kill yourself. So, like the scriptures say, that let no man take thy crown.
That's right.
But the brother was just reading, who gonna separate us, right? Now, they didn't really go into a whole bunch of people, like, who gonna separate us? The Edomites, the Ammonites, and this, to that. Read that one more time. It's more or less things that can more or less draw you out, you know? Go ahead.
Romans 8 and 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahawashi? Shall tribulation or
Right.
distress?
Right, so when Esau Edom over here with his targeted individual or his gang stalking, you know, bugging you out this way or that way, persecution, locking you up in jail, and you know what I'm saying, they doing certain things, and you might lose your faith, man. I'm catching all this hell and getting locked up and lost all this shit, but this and that, and you like, you know what, I'm gonna just leave that alone, right? But what? Hey, Lord, we're part of that number, that's not gonna happen to us.
I was just gonna say that because you had an individual that was in the brothers camp in DC, GMS Troops in 17. He said since he left them, you know, he got his children back, he got a family now, he got a job, he doing better. But see, you want your consolation on the side, the Lord will give you over to what you want. But at the same time, in that day, he know all your fears, and he will give you strong delusions as well.
Right. It's like when we wanted these other nations to reign over us and have their kings over us. Like, all right, I give you a king. You're gonna be serving them just like them little heathens. I was supposed to be your king.
Is that what happened in 1 Samuel, like the 9th chapter?
Right.
Asking for a king, so he gave him Saul.
Right.
All right,
Yeah,
you got Saul there.
Right.
Most like merciful, man.
He merciful. You asking for quail, you want bread, I got you. For 40 years we was in the wilderness, and none of our raiment waxed old.
Or our shoes. You know, Jake be heavy on their shoes, bro. You put miles on your shoes, your feet don't stink, clothes don't stink, you ain't got no rips and none of that shit. Like, wait a
Centuries
minute.
on them.
It's like, God damn, boy, what kind of, y'all in the desert, the hot desert, ain't none of y'all stink, none of y'all musty, y'all ain't got no deodorant. You know what I'm saying? When I was reading that, I was like, yo, man, this is the power of the Most High. Hold on. They walked for 40 years. Now, what's up with these shoes they got on? What kind of shoes they wearing? What kind of clothes they wearing? Why they don't stink, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with all this?
Hey,
Now, I
go
understand
ahead.
the power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, but do these people understand that? Because they over here questioning the Most High. Like, bro, you hungry and shit, bro. Y'all eating shit rain from the heavens.
We walking through the wilderness. We're women too.
Right.
And we still producing.
Right.
So everybody had to be clean.
Right. Having babies and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you eating food raining from the heavens. And when you get tired of that, the Most High made so many birds come up that all you had to do was put your hands out. They was just dying. And you was eating so much, you was throwing the shit up.
But the Lord, I swear the Lord is so beautiful with balance. He said, only get that which it suffices you. In other words, be balanced with it as well. I mean, get all you want, but you better be balanced with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Hey, what do you say? What is it? A false weight is an abomination. Basically,
a false weight is an abomination, man. Right.
Hey, man, the Most High is all about balance. You know, everything He does is just and judgment. You know, everything is. All right, if I go too far, if I go too fast in my car, something liable to go off. You know, they all making judgments right now, man. Balance it. All right.
Yeah, and the Hebrew word for balance in Hebrew is ma'azan. Brother, the elder out there in Atlanta did a video on pray for more balance.
Hey, that's one of the keys to the things that we got is balance, because you go too far to one way, anything will kill you like that, man. Water is good for you. You intake too much water, you do what? You drown, right? You know what I'm saying? Just like any and everything else, man. All these things in how do I say excessiveness wind up killing your ass.
Hey, even reading, too much reading.
Yeah.
You know, it's worrying instead of mind.
Yeah.
So you gotta be balanced out and studying too. Which no what? You gotta balance out. You can't always be.
That's why the scripture says, be not over righteous much, why destroys thyself. Be not over wicked much, why destroys thyself.
Balance.
I'm just gonna bring this up.
No. Yeah, through the Spirit, I was just gonna say, and also wickedness don't, not necessarily say, go off. No, but we in the flesh.
Right.
So we're us being, Lord's will part of that. We're going to go off, man.
Well, shit. If you think you ain't going off, then you don't need your house shot. You might as well go ahead and close it up and let's bounce.
But what that goes back to is, like, if you got to work on the Sabbath, you got to work on the Sabbath, man. You know, the clothes we wearing, they're not the same garment.
You know, one of us ain't wearing
okay, what? We grown men. Okay, what you want to get you a virgin now? What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna rate a 5th grade classroom? So don't be over righteous, you know? Don't be over wicked. You know, that's basically what it means. Yeah. This is on Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. That's that balance. So don't be over righteous, don't be over wicked much. Like you said, you can't read all the time, so sometimes you got to sit it down a little bit. Right. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
And I would say, speaking to some brothers and stuff like that, throughout the weeks it get hard. You be, trying to make sure you staying on, but that's actually a good sign, because, hey, man, like the brother just said, it's a war going on, man. Your flesh want to keep going off. But if you constantly beating yourself up throughout the week, trying to stay on point, that's a good thing. That's what the scriptures say. Examine thyself, all right? See whether you be in His truth or not. More or less to say, like, so that's what brothers feel like that's a bad feeling and everything, but really it's a good feeling. I know I go through this every damn day of the week. You know what I'm saying? When I go to pray, man, Lord, man, you know what I'm saying? Ain't even really did nothing bad, but just like, yo, man, I could have did way more. Like, Lord, I just know I'm going off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, as long as you're in that spirit, man, that's a good thing, because you constantly checking yourself, man. We're not trying to be so-called over-righteous, like, oh, let me go do this, let me come up. We out here preaching right now in mixed garments, you know what I'm saying? Being over-righteous, nah, we got pure 100% cotton. We can do what we can do, because we in this flesh, man.
Hey, and I'm going all the way back to when y'all was saying in the inward. We're doing all this in the inward part.
Right.
Now, Yahawah said, "Blessed is he that keepeth his garments." Man.
Right.
But what garment?
It's not talking about these garments.
That's talking about the inward garment. And what is that inward garment? The laws, the commandments that not only Yahawah gave us, but the commandments Yahawah gave us.
Right.
Basically
being an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, 24 hours a damn day, but not necessarily on the outward. Like,
exactly.
You go into a restaurant, not saying you need to go in there with your fringes and your garments on, but you go in that restaurant, they serve pork, no, we don't eat pork. Or you around your family, no, we don't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You still an Israelite, but you ain't necessarily got your physical garments on the outside, you got your spiritual garments that you're always wearing,
Right, because it's just say in the book of Sirach, even in the book of Joshua, this is the book of the law. Meditate therein. He that giveth his mind over to the law. What's the conclusion of the whole matter?
fear the Most High, and keep His commandments. Right. And we're keeping His commandments to the best of our ability in the inward man.
Right.
You know?
That's the conclusion. You know, some people say, oh, y'all know all this about death and all this comes, so what do we do? And the conclusion of the matter at all, fear the Most High and keep His commandments. What do you see us out here doing, man? Fearing the Most High and keeping His commandments. You know what I'm saying?
It's in the spirit.
The spirit I know.
Yeah, but what you said, Romans, back in Romans 8, verse 35, who shall separate us from the love of YAHWASHI? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword?
So it said tribulation, then it start going into certain things of tribulation, distress, persecution, famine, nakedness, perils, or sword, you know, like I was going into, you know, especially these times coming up, Jacob's trouble, man. The wicked, Esau, Edom is about to start, somebody want to get that in, War with the Saints? Bill against that thing, no, Daniel's 7 and 27, I think. So basically, we coming into that time, you know, you was quoting Revelation 12 and 12, the devil coming down and you having a great wrath. That's another good one. All right, the devil coming down having a great wrath on us, you know. Also going back to that Jacob's trouble coming in. All right, the so-called white man is planning to bring it, how do I say, torment on us. All right, and it's not necessarily this way, this so-called killing us the regular way. All right, like those 7 brothers, man. Homeboy deep fried them, cut them all up and deep fried them. Could just beheaded them. All right, Daniel and the lions den, again, could just beheaded them. All right, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they gave them the so-called Holocaust treatment. All right, that was where they get that shit from, when they throw them into the damn ovens and bake them. But continue on.
Cut, folks.
That's what I'm saying. That's where they got that from. They
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know.
I know you know. I'm listening to you. I'm eating.
Well, just read 21, because we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to that.
All right. This is Daniel's chapter 7, verse 21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them.
Now we're gonna go back into that, but we're at that time now where basically the devil, the so-called white man, is coming down on the elect first and foremost. All right, and it's trying to persecute us, making war with us. All right, but it's not gonna end like that.
That's right.
Who shall separate us from the love of YAHWASHI? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all things we are more than conquerors.
So, hey, look, man. Just like those 7 brothers were saying, look, man. Hey, you might take away my arms and my legs and this and that, but look, it's the Most High that gave me all this, and He gonna give it right back to us. So I mean, and we was reading earlier, like, yo, we seem to die and be destroyed and be in misery and stuff like that. But hey, man, we straight, man. You know what I'm saying? We good on this side, man. There's nothing you can really do to us, man. We already understand your war tactics and the things that you're coming up against us with. But what? At the end of the day, man, we're gonna hold our faith, man, up until the end. All right, you got your little programs and things that you got going on, because like I said, man, that's some real demonic shit. To go in there, like for instance, breaking somebody's house, and not just breaking somebody's house, but move around their shit inside their house. Like, man, what the hell? Like, motherfucker, I don't watch my TV at all. It's normally all dusty and shit. Somebody wrote a message, or you know what I'm saying, turn my shit on, or something that I just know that I don't fuck with that shit at all. And now all of a sudden it's been moved. Come home every day, this is moved. Every day it's moved. Like in my car, I only listen to Bluetooth in my car or videos off the phone, so I don't ever listen to the radio. Now let's say I get in my car one day and I turn my car and I'm on a country station or a Spanish station, knowing good and damn well I want to change to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, who's up in my shit? They ain't take nothing, the car's still here. That shit start to drive you nuts, man. This is what the so-called white man's trying to do, but who's gonna separate us? None of these types of things is gonna separate us from YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. We're gonna keep our faith, man. And like I said, man, we got a hedge around us, so it's hard for him to just come out and put a bullet in us, right? It's hard for him to do that, so he wants us to do what? Put a bullet in our own stuff, like we're going back to Balaam and Balak, you know? Oh, look, can't curse the children of the Most High, but look, let me show you how you do it. You get them to curse their own selves, you know? It's not what go inside the man's mouth, but what cometh out. You know what I'm saying? You over here walking around talking about, I'm black, I'm a nigga, I'm the baddest bitch. Instead of saying you Israelites, man. This is why you curse. You walking around like niggas, because you want to be the baddest nigga on the block. And that's why you, and that's where you at, man.
Esau promote that. I forgot what it's a scripture that says, and thy brother complained to me continually. But Esau complained to the heavenly Father about us. Oh, that's in there?
Oh, no. We're going to get to that. That's for that perpetual hatred against thy brother. That what you're talking about?
No. It's a scripture where he said, thy brother complained to me continually. Thy brother, talking about Esau. The Esau set up the snares and traps for us, and then complained to the heavenly Father. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I say, I was just, yeah, that's when Adam, let's kick off.
Come on.
Yeah, I got something to really add into that.
All right, go ahead.
Really.
You want to hit it now? Or?
Can you read it one more time? The one part you had, like who can separate us?
It's Romans 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of YAHAWASHI? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us.
We are more than conquerors to him that loved us. And who was that speaking? That's Romans, right?
Yeah.
So that was Paul speaking, right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Mashiach? I speak as a fool, I am more. And labors more abundant. And stripes above measure. And prisons more frequent. And death oft. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. And journeying often. In perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen. This is just Paul telling you all he had to go through, man. In perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and thirst. What we complaining about? In fastings often, in cold and nakedness. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. What Paul said, and do all things for the elect's sake. All right. This verse 29.
And that's why he said it's more needful that I be here with you.
Exactly. In Philippians,
you
the
know,
first chapter.
he was ministering,
to build up
man.
your faith, man.
Exactly. So,
serving you rather than trying to serve myself.
The water. So after all my personal afflictions I'm going through, I'm still bearing to feed the church, to minister unto them. So, you know, people, hey, what he said, though I'm free, I became what?
Prisoner to all.
Prisoner to all. You know, so what? He was a prisoner to all. He had to serve them. So I'm bearing all these things, you know, shipwreck, so on and so forth. But what? I still got to bear the church. I still got to feed them. Exactly I still got to minister to them.
No, regardless of what I'm going through in my personal life, because I'm still casting, I'm still taking in my judgment. I'm still going through that fiery trial. Because really, Paul really suffering for what he was doing to the church. But nonetheless, though, I'm doing all things for the elect's sake, because now I know. Because remember his name, remember Paul, his name was Saul, he got changed to Paul. He from the tribe of Benjamin, son of the right. He was a Pharisee. All right, so he was a priest, but he was also a Benjaminite. So he was a son of the right. He was a priest who was taught by Gamaliel. So in his mind, he really thought what he was doing was right. So when Paul said they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge, oh, he had a zeal too, but he didn't know when he was persecuted. So now when he speak on those things, he's speaking on things that he's not lying about. He knows.
And the scriptures speak about experience. Amen. He experienced. That's the best teacher. He experienced all of that, man.
Exactly. He experienced all of that.
That's how who furthermore to want us to speak on it, man.
Hell, that's why he said, are they ministers of Mashiach?
So am I.
So he said, I speak as a fool, I am more. He said, yeah, we all ministers, but I'm gonna tell you why more. I said, but I'm speaking as a fool. But look at all I've been through. And then it goes right back here to 2 Corinthians 11 and 28. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, take care of all the churches. That's why we keep putting the videos, keep exhorting brothers, keep pushing the word out. Verse verse 29, take care of all the churches, right? Who is weak, and I am not weak.
Hey, and what's the church, real quick?
The body.
The people.
The people.
You know, just want to say that.
The members of the body of Yahawashi. Come. Who is offended, and I burn not. If I must needs glory, I will glory of the things which concern my infirmities. that God and Father of our Lord YAHAWASHI, which is blessed forevermore, knoweth that I lie not. So all I'm telling you, I'm not lying. And I've been there. Verse 32.
Hey, hang on real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
He talking about shipwreck, all these types. Bring that into today, man. We had a brother, one of the brothers in the other camps, man, on the way to work or on the way to camp, car caught on fire. You know what I'm saying? Still made it to camp. You remember that? You remember that? You know what I'm saying? And
I remember Miles went up in smoke as soon as I parked it.
Yeah.
Still did that day.
All kind of different
Caught the
things.
bus.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of stuff.
Just imagine I know for me and myself, putting up videos is a hard task because of technical difficulties. You know, I'll put out a video and then before I get to the end, some shit will go corrupted. You know. And that shit aggravate the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of time and dedication. So you gotta do it over again.
Yeah, and sometimes be 2 or 3 runs, and I get super frustrated. I'm like, you know what? I get to the point of like, I'm about to try this shit tomorrow. So I don't really, just really flip out, cut somebody out, just go slap the first Edomite. You know what I'm saying? I be pissed off over that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? In certain situations where Esau be doing other things, I'm like, yo, I want to go just do the work. You know what I'm saying? And my perils is nothing comparably to what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Being shipwrecked, my own brother cut up against me and this and that, all these type of things, you know what I'm saying? But he kept pushing the word. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to all go through our little afflictions and things like this and that, but the important part is to what? Endure all things for the elect's sake. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, my little perils and things like that is what? Technical difficulties and stuff like that. I ain't necessarily wrecked the car coming on the way to camp to try to go help out somebody. Like, see, if I wasn't coming over there to talk to your dumb ass, I wouldn't have wrecked my car. Nah, Paul was like, look, don't even worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was Jonah who was like, go ahead and throw me off the damn boat. Y'all getting fucked up because of me. You know what I'm saying? He had to suffer that and get thrown off the damn boat to do what? To preach the word. Good, brother.
Hey, through the spirit, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, he endured all things for the elect's sake, right?
God.
And how he would wish to be here to labor in the church, right?
Right.
Now the church is the body of YAHAWASHI, right?
Right.
So that's why we still labor, because the body has to be perfectly joined together.
Right.
And then we can see that in the making. We can see the body of YAHAWASHI coming together. That's why Apostle Paul said, for the perfecting of the saints, the work of the ministry.
Oh, you brought the other
So
Apostle Hard video?
Hey, pure. That's the spirit. You know, Lashua Kodash. You know, the scriptures, you know. Hey, our language, you know, our power. Hey, but through the spirit, he said what? You know, the body of YAHAWASHI, all right, has to come be perfectly joined together, man. And we can see that, you know, because
that
us.
foundation.
It's because, well, we can say, that's right, that foundation, which is through us, lively stones, man. The building, the chief cornerstone, YAHAWASHI, you know. Upon this rock shall I build my church.
Peter, who is
King
who?
David, you know,
the house of David.
Okay,
right,
but
y'all shall down without.
Right, being built. So we can, that's why he said, I would rather labor with you. Right. And we're still here laboring to what? The perfecting of the saints, to we all be perfectly joined together, making that body of YAHAWASHI. That's the church.
That new Jerusalem coming out of heaven.
That's new Jerusalem.
That new Jerusalem coming out of heaven, right?
That's right.
What's another word for Jerusalem? City of David. City of David. Coming out of the sky.
City of faith. City of faith.
City of David.
City of David. The house of David being built. No, you're not. That when they say, look, lo, here and here, the king. No, the kingdom of the Most High within you.
So when we coming out, we're gonna be that new Jerusalem, that new city.
Right, and that's why he said. And that's why he said. And that's why YAHAWASHI said, "Behold, in the tabernacle of YAHAWASHI was with men, and he shall be their power, and he shall dwell in them." Because what does do the Most High dwell? In the sanctuary, you know. But what is that? What is that spiritual sanctuary? Us, baby.
Right
you know, the video
like a small sanctuary.
That's right. Yeah, the video there. So that sanctuary, that body, that everything that we're reading about is us.
Right.
It's being brought back together.
Right. So when you go into the etymology word sanctuary, like you said, it does say a small place. Then it says sanctum, and then we click on that word, it goes to the word saints.
Yep, saints. That's right.
So we're in the sanctuary.
That's
we're in
right.
the building.
That's right. That's why he said, "For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect." You know,
for one another with these words.
That's right. That's why we keep laboring in the faith. You know, you know, we don't just do these videos in vain. You know, this is real work. This work.
Let me see if I can. You said, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, kind of. While you look for, we don't. Yeah, while you look for. Yeah.
If I can say this too, you know, like when he told Moses, "Go to my people Israel." Why? They was in Egypt. Why he said, "Go to my servant Israel"? We didn't get the land till we came out of Egypt, right? The land of Canaan, but he was already calling them Israel. You know, so what? They the ones that made made it the continent. You know, it was the people before it was a place.
Okay, land, right. Yeah, it was because Hey, when we're not there, it's a scripture that said that when we're not in the land doesn't prosper.
Yeah,
That's why they have to import trees over there. Because we're not there anymore.
Everything.
Water, everything, man. Because we're not in that land anymore.
Hey, that's even in the book of Baruch. It said, "Go thy way and let me weep." You know, for I'm bearless.
For my people,
You know, for
yeah,
my people,
my children.
you know, our land is bare, you know.
Hey, cause hold on. What it says, Jerusalem is the mother of them all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
All right, that's the motherland, not Africa.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I mean, shit, you can look at it on how they have it set up in this society anyway. Like, if y'all ever really realize, everything in the whole world points to Israel, right? You know how some languages, like here in the Western world, we write from left to right. On the other side of the globe, like Arabic and all that, they write from right to left, right? And everything that we do on this side is pointing towards the east, going over towards Israel. Everything they doing is the same way. So when you look at a lot of the things they have set forth, everything is facing Jerusalem, the center of the earth, the motherland of everything, man. Like, that's kind of crazy how they have all these things. Esau has these things set up like that, you know, like the AD and the BC, it's all based off of YAHAWASHI, but apparently he don't believe in none of that. You see what I'm saying? So why do y'all have all y'all languages? I believe the Most High got it set up like that, but why do y'all have all these different things face certain ways based off of Israel? All right?
You got some more? Hebrews 4? This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest.
So what? That's what we out here doing. For one, the scripture said this is not our rest, it's polluted and it's going to destroy us. But let us labor into that rest. We laboring, like we brought out earlier, we trying to invest into that spiritual investment so we can get that spiritual house in the end time. So we laboring right now to wake up the elect, so the elect can be sealed and we can get the fuck up out of here. Let us labor to get into that rest. I want to chill, I want to go do this and I want to go do that. Let us get the work done first, then we can go and rest.
Vacation, because
You know
it's just like 30 years, like people that work for 30 years on the job, then they finally retire and get their rest. Well, guess what? We got to continue to work. I said 30 because of the other parts of the heart. We got to continue working, man. Continue to retire spiritually, man, in the heavens, man. You know?
Hey, this is the etymology of that word labor. It says 1300s, a task, a project, such as the labors of Hercules, later exhortation of the body.
So a collective task.
Trouble, difficulty, hardship, from Old French labor, toil, work, exhortation, task, tribulation.
Hey, hold on. See, he's describing a lot of these words. I want you to go back and read that. But wait a minute. You know, Jake got certain sayings, or people got sayings about Jake. Damn, you make that shit look easy, huh? You act like you ain't even really doing nothing. So that ain't like you ain't really working. It's just easy. You just you ain't even putting no effort towards it, right? Now go back and we talking about labor, right? When you working towards something, it's not gonna be an easy task. Go ahead.
It says, from Old French labor, toil, work, exhortation, task, tribulation, suffering.
So like let's say you laboring to be the next Michael Jordan, right? Man, you out there you laboring and going through a whole lot of shit trying to get them shots, perfecting all of that. Same with us, man. Just like the brothers bringing out Paul with the shipwreck and all those different calamities. Man, we gotta sit here and study and read and build ourselves up, put these videos out amongst all this hell that we catch at the same time, man. It's not gonna be easy. It's not just gonna be like, all right, you're gonna turn on the camera and you're gonna just like close your eyes, the Most High gonna just start talking through you and things go like that. No, you gotta, hey, blessed he that read it. You know, with all that get understanding. You know what I'm saying? Not just that, you gotta walk by this stuff too, man. So it's a physical demand that you gotta actually put forth for certain things, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody forced us to get up and come to camp today, man. We all had to force ourselves to do this and make ways for us to come out and do these things. And you know what I'm saying? Well, the Most High put it in us, but at the end of the day, from our perspective, you know what I'm saying, we labor into something, right? You know, right now in a lot of states, it's cold as shit outside. We cold because we Floridians, but you know, in other states and stuff like that, yeah, it's cold to us, but in other states, you know what I'm saying, they like really cold, you know what I'm saying? They still out there really laboring, you know?
Shalom.
Yeah, it's shalom, ma.
You got some up.
Yeah. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter the kingdom of Yahweh. And when you went into the word labor, it also said tribulation. So we through much labor before we enter the kingdom of heaven. You know, so you gotta work, man. And then you know that goes back to giving all diligence to make thy calling and election sure. Exactly.
Hey, you still on that one precept of Hebrews?
Yeah.
Yeah, read that one more time. Cause going right back to what that brother said, man.
Spirit. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest.
Huh. Hey, we got to put in that work, man. You want the kingdom, you know, first and foremost, like for me, you know what I'm saying? You know, the kingdom is, all that is nice. But let's look at the problem at hand. Let's get up out of this hell first.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get Esau off our ass first before we can look at everything else that's on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? When you're looking at all these things, hey, let us labor to get up out of this predicament. First of all, let us labor to get YAHAWASHI, you know, back in good favor with him. Then we're going to work on Esau. Then we can worry about the things that's in the kingdom, you know? But we got to labor before we can even get into the kingdom. We can't be sitting over here, bro, when I get in the kingdom, bro, I'm going to be over here, I'm going to be doing this. Bro, we got to put in this work before we even get there.
And that's beautiful, because even on this side, you got some people of the circumcision that want to try and have the kingdom here.
Right.
Like, come on, like having all these women. That's why I'm saying, exactly, man. They're going on. They can't wait, impatient.
Hey, that's beautiful. That's why other Pastor Bar did that video. They gonna be crumbling. And just like when they come on and it's coming out the brick.
Oh yeah, with IUIC in the beginning, how it started crumbling, that's how they're gonna be. And what other Pastor Hart said, hey, don't come running to me. When it started getting bad, don't come running to me.
Hey, and then he brought out a precept that Elder Yahshua brought out in that video, untempered mortar. Untempered mortar. Then he went into that word, basically untempered, which basically meant not built on solid foundation. You know, built with something, you know.
Because you can't have a solid, if you don't have a solid foundation, everything that you shall build upon that foundation shall crumble.
That's right.
So it all goes back to when it said that upon this rock I shall build my church. Tell my Peter, that go back to David, because the Lord promised to David in what was it, 2 Samuel the 7th chapter. He said that your son shall have an everlasting kingdom.
That's right.
Exactly.
And that kingdom is built.
Exactly.
You know, that kingdom on pause right now.
So that foundation is strong. Because even David said, and my Lord said to my Lord, who is your Lord and you King David? So he knew about Yahawashi. He spoke about Yahawashi. He spoke about prophecies of Yahawashi in Psalm the 22nd chapter. So if you don't believe in Yahawashi, man, you don't believe in Allah with God.
Real quick.
You can't believe in the Old Testament then.
Real quick, I got a
Old and New and the Apocrypha.
This is Acts.
The whole road. I come with the volume of the book. Every time you go to a book in the Bible, every time you go to John or Peter or Isaiah, that's a book. And those are really volumes.
This is in the spirit. This is Acts chapter 3, verse 30. Therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that the Most High had sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, he would raise up Hamashiach to sit on his throne, he seen this before, spake of the resurrection of Hamashiach.
You say Hamashiach?
Yeah. It says Hamashiach, that's right.
What are you reading?
Acts.
Oh, no, why I thought you was in 2 Samuel. Go ahead,
because that's what it's referred to.
Yeah, okay, that's why I was like, what?
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Spirit. It's just the spirit. It gotta be. It gotta be. It gotta be. This is Acts chapter 3, verse 30. Therefore, oh man, let me start verse 29. I'm going on. Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David. Then I went into the etymology of that word patriarch. All right. It basically means progenitor or king or ruler. All right, or one of a kind, man. All right. So King David. All right, that's where you get the word ark from. All right. Because
archaic go back to the ancient times, the times of antiquity. You know.
And going into the word ark is from the Greek word archos. All right, which basically means a ruler, man. One who has a great representative in Israel. All right, that's basically what it is, man. He has a great stand in Israel.
When you go to the word patriarch, think about the patriots. No one was fighting there because those were men. You have a matriarch, like a maternity ward for what women who are pregnant go to. All right,
Yep. That's why he was King David.
All right.
This is Acts chapter 30.
I got you. Patriarch, King David.
Yeah, that's right. Acts chapter 3, verse 29. Men and brethren, let me freely. Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his sepulcher. Yeah, sepulcher.
It's just a tomb.
Yeah, kind of sepulcher is with us unto this day. Therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that the Most High has sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins according to the flesh, he would raise up Hamashiach to sit on his throne.
Hold on, it said, hold on, it just said the fruit of his flesh, right? His loins, right? That's what it just said. Did not they say, is this the son of David to Yahawashi?
Yes.
Come on, man.
The Judah, that line.
Yeah, that lineage.
That lineage.
Royal lineage, man.
And it's spiritual because it came through Solomon. And then it was discontinued.
Yep. On Paul.
On Paul's
Yep.
thing.
Now I see today.
Yahawashi.
Yep.
But yeah, hey, but it was still through that line of Judah, that same lineage.
I mean, that's why he was raising up
The root of David.
Yep, the root of David. All right, to be that, who is that root, that true vine, you know, that's making us the righteous branch, that's bringing much fruit. To what? Raise up the house of David. A great labor, a great work, you know?
Hey, the scriptures say Judah shall be the gathering of the people.
Yep, correct.
It tell you that in Genesis 49th chapter.
Spirit, yeah, that's an omen. Norman omen, man, you know?
Zechariah, I believe 12:7, it says that house of Judah shall be raised up first.
Oh yeah, Zechariah.
Okay.
Yep, 12. Yep.
You know?
Yep, that's right. Yep, 7. Yep, that's right. So they may not magnify.
Yeah.
This
So
is just order. Just order.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Acts chapter 3, verse 30 again through the Spirit. Therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that the Most High has sworn with an oath to him that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, he would raise up Hamashiach to sit on his throne. He seemed just before spake of the resurrection of Hamashiach, that his soul was not left in hell, neither his flesh did see corruption.
And that's quoted in Psalms.
Yep, that's right.
You know?
That's right, man.
He will not leave my body
And hell, right. And what is he talking about? Is he talking about a physical underground? No, he's talking about these, the pit. Okay. This body, you know, these chains of darkness, man. A condition, you know, a condition of being on the bottom, having my enemies amongst me, man, you know.
Has the Most High cast off his people?
Nah, God forbid, man, you know. Let every man be.
He's not gonna leave us in this state, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Last precept, 32. This Yahawashi have the Most High raised up, whereof we are all witnesses. You know,
and we have the witness in us, which is the Spirit.
That's right. That's right.
And I just want to say this:
Spirit.
Matthew 12 and 20, Matthew 12 and 23. And all the people were amazed and said, "Is this the son of David?" That's all I just want to say.
Hey, Baba Kashan, one more time. I'm sorry.
Matthew 12 and 23, and all the people were amazed, like how we was. I was like, wait a minute, is that 2 Samuel?
Yeah.
You're like, nah, man, it's Acts. Well, I was amazed because that's Spirit.
Hey, y'all don't know what's going on. The brother was just referencing something. That's what I'm holding. That's what we're going.
Yeah.
Same thing. Go ahead.
Some like-minded men.
Hey, that's that song, man. That's that song. You hear the vibrating like, oh, I know that song. You just start singing along with it.
It was, I think, an elder apostle Gabar was speaking. Let me read this real quick. Matthew 12 and 23. And all the people were amazed and said, "Is this the son of David?" Talking about Yahawashi.
Right.
So I remember, I think the elder apostle Gabar said, you know, whenever you have, he said, you have to have a perfect tune whenever you're doing a symphony or orchestra, because you can hear one tune over there, and they say, okay, this section play right here. All right, y'all good. Y'all should play right here. Y'all good. It's a section over here. Y'all play the tune. All right, hold on. Tanner, stop. Okay, whoa, stop. All right, you three speak. Okay, you the one that's messing up the song. You need to go. So that's like, and it's true. If you're not hitting the same note, speaking the same words, going to the same tune, you gotta go.
Right.
You can't be in the choir.
Was the video you put in the thing? Was it titled last night? I think it was about
The brother from Desmonas?
Nah, I think no, it was one of my other brothers about turn up or something like that.
Yeah, they from Desmonas.
Yeah. What was the name of that?
Oh yeah.
That title goes right into what you was talking about. Talking about let this be an exhortation. Either turn up, either turn up or get turned off. It's pretty much in those words, you know.
Sure.
Make it call an election short.
Yeah, right. Hey, and the only way to do that is to labor, man. The only way to do that is labor. You gotta work.
Labor
you gotta
and
flip
rest.
this. Yeah, what did the Lord tell us to do? He said to go out there and flip these talents, man.
Right.
But we all working for the same reward.
Right.
But we just do it like on that video said the brother made Munatazah Binyamin roughly say, he did the brother said in the video, look man, the elder said we don't do these videos in vain. We just doing it so that we can have protection, favor from the Lord.
I remember Apostle Gabar said in one of his videos, he chuckled when he said it. Like, you really don't understand. I do this to find favor from the Lord.
Right.
I remember him saying it. I couldn't help but smile. Like, you know, that's very humbling. Because you look at that man and see how humble he is and the wisdom he has. but he still pushed the word out every day. So it's like, damn, really no excuse. They still going hard like decades later. Go ahead.
Not the spirit.
I got a quick
no.
Second Ezra 7:9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, talking about the kingdom, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? What? Going back to tribulation, you know, trials, you know, too much labor. What the labor, the tribulations, right?
That's that burden. You gotta bet. I'm gonna say, he that is not able to carry his own cross daily is not worthy to be my disciple.
Right. Because hey, that cross, what does that cross stand for? All the pretty much the persecution that he went through. You know, so it's not, you know.
That's heavy.
That's what the cross stands for.
That's what I say. Also speaking on that plow, man. That plow's putting in work, man. And you want to take your hand off that plow, bro. We got a lot of shit. It's like, man, we were trying to move this big ass couch up the damn steps, and you want to let go, or you don't want to help out, bro. You can't come in the apartment and chill on the couch, bro. Because all of us have to get this goddamn couch up the stairs. Like Jake said, you didn't put in on this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to help. You got to help out do something, bro. We done labored here all damn day long putting this goddamn building up. Now you want to come in the clubhouse, bro? Where was you at when, like Drake said, where were you when all the dogs needed help, you know? Hey, y'all wasn't around then. The Most High got his men out here working, man. We laboring to go come into this rest to build up this here house, man. That's what we out here laboring to do.
And why the Most High is just, you see them building that building. I put them down because I want you to see them.
No clue.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? No, I want you to make that art.
Yeah. You see them.
Yeah, you see them making the art.
Y'all see them.
See them.
You know?
Okay.
All right, cool. You know?
And then, and you know it's spiritual. When that art door shut, you can hear, no. He probably wanted to even open it. Nah, the Lord's, you can't save him. That door's shut.
Man, you see the looks in the motherfuckers' faces when they looked up for the first time in their life ever seeing rain come down. They're like, what the fuck is this?
It was one.
They're like, yeah. They're like, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. 120 years, this psychopathic motherfucker. Like, y'all know this dumbass over here building this big ass boat, talking about water coming from the sky. ICBM missiles finna rain down. Man, ain't nobody touching America, man. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy, but only what? Noah did the work. You know what I'm saying? He was preaching. His sons believed. Then you got the women that had faith with their husband. They made it on there, right? So that's the same thing in these days. We out here building the ark, sounding crazy for 120 years.
But it's getting big. It's a big ass
Big ass boat. Now what we gonna need to do with these lame ass garments on in 2018 and doing so on? All right, bro, you gonna need these garments when it start raining, bro. I'm trying to let you know, man.
You gonna experience the poncho?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you ain't trying to get wet with this shit. Now you can't swim in this. You know what I'm saying?
Just like I said in one of my videos, your family members, like, they see you. Oh, I'm going to St. Pete or whatever to do the work.
Yeah,
they know. Oh, yeah, I'm going. You know, I'm going to do the work. You know, like something should click in your head. Like, hold on, what's going on here? Let me go see what he talking about, because he been going out. So long. Like somebody come and see, like, hold on. Hey, let me just see what the hell he talking about, because he been doing it. He been dealing, like, he been coming out here.
Doobie, man.
You know, it's like, but Jay, it don't register. Like, yo, you don't see this man. Like, it got to be something about this. Yo.
When y'all start saying, a generation that seeketh for a sign, and yet no sign shall be given unto them, because the sign is right in front of you.
Right, it's already there. You did. Come on. You got it, brother?
Okay, this is 1 Peter 5 and 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahawah, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. All right? Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So we all going through the same thing, man. Because we got brothers all throughout the four corners of the earth, man.
That's the body.
Yeah, and we're doing all things for the elect's sake. Exactly.
For the house of David to be built. It's taking a lot of work. But what? We can see that progress that was being built decades ago being now full effect. You know, it's being perfected, you know. But it's a little bit more on this real quick. This is now going back to the word labor. It says the native word is work. All right. It says meaning body of laborers considered as a class.
Using
Hold on, the elect. That's a
Lord,
class
Hall of
right
Fame.
there.
Hall of
right.
Fame.
There it is.
Hey, but then,
Right.
modern day,
It's the battery.
modern day, Babylon today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Modern day today, man. You know, in order to build this building, you call in what? A group of what? Contractors and construction workers. All right. So we trying to build that spiritual ark. So what? The Lord called out what? His prophets. All right.
Yep, all right. So it says, meaning body of laborers considered as a class, usually contrast to capitalist is from 1839 for the British political sense. See labor, kind of physical exertion.
Hold on. So like when you go over to the European countries and stuff like that, I'm trying to think of one of these nations. Well, matter of fact, in Israel, I believe they got a so-called what they call the Workers' Party or the labor class or whatever. Then they have the other party. Like we got Republicans and Democrats. You know, some of them places over there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they got classes of people that's basically labeled that, where it's openly telling you basically this is the serf class, this is the elite class.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, like, hey man, we basically the elites fighting the other elites, man. We the #1 targets of the Rothschilds, man. They don't give a damn about Lil Wayne and them shits. Like Lil Wayne is helping them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I heard somebody say that if the so-called white man give you a platform or allow you to go on a platform, he only does that if you pushing his agenda. All right, so you can be Lil Wayne. You don't think Lil Wayne is their agenda, but it is. He got you turned up on lean and shit, so on and so forth.
Goofy ass nigga, bro. But time to say he never experienced racism. Nigga, you from the 9th War, nigga.
Actually, hold on. He might not have, because he was famous as fuck from like 15, 16, so he would have been sheltered around on a certain sense. But as he got older, he don't realize there's certain racism that, you know what I'm saying, they always looking at him as... No, I'm just saying, walking around like, oh, you a little nigga, baby. But I'm just saying, homeboy was rich from a young age. However,
he had money.
certain things he don't realize being racist, like the fact that he can't take his money and go help his people. You gonna try to do that, you're gonna really experience some real racism. But I don't know if anybody, I don't know if they, you know, so-called white folks was pulling them over, harassing them growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's Jake, because homeboy was already self-made. But hey, man, homeboy is doing that to do what? To be a distraction to Jake, to keep them back to sleep. Now, I don't want to talk about the Black Lives Matter. That shit don't affect me. I got money. Giving Jake the opportunity to what? You can get out of your racism by getting money, man. You can get away from Esau and his predicaments by what? Getting you some money. All right?
Hey, Kwame, you done on that?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. It says, just back in 2nd Esdras 8, verse 9, if this city now were given unto a man for inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? All right. So as it is saying, you know, if you know something that's worth some, you know, you gotta, you know, when you're in this truth, you gotta understand, like, hey, well, this must really be worth something, because you know you work hard to get it, because the things that are easy to obtain, you know, you gotta kind of like, you know, it's not really worth nothing.
Any dead fish can float downstream, but only a good strong one can swim upstream, you know?
You know, so it's worth, this truth is worth, so we gotta labor. The Most High, like he said, if we do not go past the danger set before it, how can we obtain the inheritance? So the kingdom of heaven has already been promised to us, all right, because what, we are the seed of Abraham, we are Abraham's seed. But you know, you got what to be Abraham's seed. Abraham what was considered righteous by what? Faith. His faith. So if you really have Abraham's seed, you have faith in what? Faith is distributed by works.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
So you gotta work.
And that's labor.
You know? Exactly, which is labor.
Hey, wait. Abraham was counted acceptable by faith by what? It was actually what? What happened with Abraham?
He was about to,
it was an action.
A work.
It was
Exactly.
an actual action. He was putting forth something. He didn't say, oh, God didn't say, look, Abraham, go up there, kill your son. And then Abraham was like, all right, I'll do it, Lord. And then he was like, all right, I got you. No, Abraham, look, when you read that account, the Lord was like, go up there and slay Isaac on a mount or whatever, right? The very next line is Moses was up there already. What is it? What we doing, Pops?